freshman at 6'2", 205 from Baldwin, Missouri. Homegrown product at Brady Kellenbrink. He is 0-3, the ERA just a little over 11. He entered the starting rotation a few weeks ago on March 23rd right here versus Ole Miss. Had a career-high 6 Ks that day, went 3 innings. 3 innings has been his max so far here in 2025.
Sure, I know Coach Jackson wanted to massage him in as any freshman. You know, you want to get him into the game, get him acclimated. His role's probably been expanded a little bit with you see the numbers. Missouri's going to need a clean first inning out of him.
Meanwhile, at the top of the order, the guy who is the leadoff man now, he's kind of run with it, taking it away from Jason Walk. Not because Walk has been playing poorly. He had a grand slam on Tuesday in the run rule win versus OK State in Bedlam. But Trey Campbell, quintessential leadoff guy, 5'12", the OBP.
Here we go. This guy never heard of a strikeout. Let's see how he does right out of the gate here.
Third in the SEC in on-base percentage. He's first on the team at 337. Left on left to get things started. We are off and running. That one's clipped right on the front shoulder. Trey Campbell, the left fielder, 23-year-old junior from Alpine, Utah, a JUCO transfer in year 1 in Norman. Came over from Salt Lake Community College. Takes a fastball strike. It's 1-1. He reached not once but twice in the first inning on Tuesday. They really set the tone. They were playing Oklahoma Sooner chaos baseball, if you will, from the top of the first on. Put up a 5 spot against the Cowboys, never looked back, won 11-1 in 8 innings. Actually, their last 3 games have all been shortened due to run rules. 2-1 over that stretch. Here is the 2-1. And this is roped, and a diving play at first by Lovich, the flip to first, and it's in time. How about it, a web gem to get things started? That's the kind of play you got to make to keep Trey Campbell off the base paths.
Fortunately, the turf did not help him out here. This ball's kind of smoked, and then it kicked up off that turf. Moving Mr. Lovich around to first base. Makes a play. That'll get you acclimated. See a little juice, little energy around the stadium tonight.
Okay. Dive into first for Trey Campbell. Always move a lot on the turf when you go in head first.
You're exactly right.
You got that safety bag nowadays. So leadoff man retired. It's always a big out to get against OU, as this is served up and out of play by Jackson Willits. Each of the last 3 wins for the Sooners, they put up at least 3 runs in the first inning, including the 5 spot on Tuesday. And this sophomore leading the team in OPS at Jackson Willits leads the team in home runs with 9 as well. That bites the outside corner heater at 90, 0-2 quickly.
26-10, 7-8 in SEC play like we talked about. Onboarding process. OU's got a good ball club. Coach Skip Johnson's got him playing well.
Just missed his spot here, but doing a good job locating early. Brady Kellenbrink, the freshman. Mainly fastball changeup. A tough matchup against the strongest hitter in this lineup all season long. And he gets his first punch out.
There's that changeup. Talked about Brady Kellenbrink. His role maybe being expanded as you see this 1 inning, already quickly 2 outs. That changeup's got a lot of depth to the right-handed hitter. Quickly 2 away for the Tigers.
Just maybe a hair inside off the plate. Cuts back over the inside corner, gets the swing and a miss. So the web gem from Lovich. And a strikeout, and there's 2 outs and nobody on for Easton Carmichael, the catcher. He takes a fastball at the top of the zone.
As we talked to Coach Jackson, we talked about maybe a little bit of off-script energy from the little tussle in the midweek. Now, it wasn't an actual tussle, but maybe some pent-up energy. And to be honest, this is exactly how Missouri wanted to start this game.
Just coming out firing strikes. It's 0-2 again. Carmichael, the catcher.
This is going to be a changeup, Maxie. You can put your bottom dollar on it here. Oh, no.
Fastball just off the outside corner. I think that was the highest velo one of the inning. 11 pitches. That was at 92. Great spot, though, living away to the righties.
Very nice. Guy seems dialed in. Missouri's got some juice, like we said.
Carmichael having a great season. But he goes fishing here. Yes, he did. Change up in the dirt. I'm a 3 up, 3 down. Couple of punch outs for the freshman. Brady Kellenbrink trying to set the tone for the Tigers here in inning 1. Old Big 12 rivalry. Well, it's Mizzou coming out with the momentum here early. Tigers coming up to bat. Keegan Knutson, Jackson Lovich, Caden Peer. When we return. the nod here for OU from Rockwall, Texas. Another lefty who entered the starting rotation over the last month. He's 2-2 with a 6.17 ERA. See the fastball in the low to mid-90s. He'll top out at 96. But Dylan, he's really gotten stronger as the season has progressed, and he's had some really quality outings the last few weeks.
43 punch-outs, 17 walks. Pretty impressive from this left-hander. You could tell he's getting down the hill effectively as well.
This Mizzou team led by Jackson Lovich, who we touched on in the open, 356 the average. That's far and away the highest batting average of anybody on either side. It's Keegan Knutson, the shortstop, who Carrick Jackson has absolutely raved about, leading things off. He's one of many players on this team that is getting a lot more playing time than he would have expected come the fall or even come opening day on February 14th.
A couple guys go down, you're plugged in there. He's made the most of his opportunities as well.
The next man up. That's just a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes to Knutson, the junior from Janesville, Wisconsin. JUCO transfer from San Jac down to Texas in year 1 here at Como. There's a lot of JUCO transfers on both of these rosters. Dylan, you're a former JUCO guy who transferred over to the SEC, so this is a route you know quite well.
Correct, you're exactly right. Some of the purest baseball, junior college baseball. No Twitter, no Instagram, just your fellas playing some ball.
Did you pull tarp as an underclassman or upperclassman too?
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about it?
No doubt.
You ever pull on the road?
Never on the road,
Okay.
Never on the road. That's a good question.
Here's the wind in the 2-1. You know the hands, that's nicely executed fastball. It's 2-2.
I know it's more of a smaller sample size. I think you're seeing 2 teams, obviously, OU and Missouri. Missouri, tight game midweek. A little bit more juice here. OU, kind of a blowout, maybe trying to ease into the game here, but these conference games mean the most at this point in the season.
We are into the back half officially today of SEC play. 2-2. Tied outside. So it's fastball, slider, and changeup. 3-pitch mix for Cade Crossland, the junior. Best pitch is that change in the low to mid 80s. Windy but warm night here at Columbia. Everybody's in the shade right now. So it's very pleasant here at the ballpark. Payoff pitch on the way. This is golfed out of play. Good lengthy at bat from Keegan Knutson to start things off.
This is what Coach Jackson and his staff are kind of looking for. I know we're 6 pitches in, but just give Missouri a quality at bat. That doesn't mean always get a hit. Give them a quality AB.
Knutson was 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored and a walk. Reached 3 times on Tuesday. Pitch number 7 of the AB is inbound. And it's chopped on the ground out to short. Jackson Willits will take care of it. 1 up, 1 down for Cade Crossland. Jackson Willits at short to the batter now, and Jackson Lovich. The headliners really for both teams offensively. Named Jackson. They both have younger brothers who were studs named Eli. A lot of similarities here.
Or is that you having too much time on your hands?
Yeah, really. It's the Log Drive in. And if you're just joining us and maybe you weren't perusing the socials earlier, this is a jam shot foul towards home plate. Originally scheduled 3 games over 3 days. Instead, it's our game scheduled as is tonight, but it will be a doubleheader tomorrow. 2 9-inning games getting started at noon.
Play a little hooky tomorrow.
With the crazy weather inbound all across the Midwest, it looks like on Saturday. Talking with Skip Johnson, the man at the helm for Oklahoma earlier this week. He had some very funny phrasing of what the weather could potentially look like on Saturday. As Weekly rolled over to second, Kyle Branch gloves and throws. 2 soft ground balls induced by Crossland.
And this is what you're going to see here from Cade Crossland, this left-hander. He's going to induce some weak contact. Missouri's right-handed hitters are going to have to be okay with hitting the heater into left and spraying the off-speed to right. See what he does lefty-lefty here with 2 outs. Let's see if he shows them the arsenal or stays firm with the heater.
Caden Peer, who has 15 walks. He's been hit by 14 pitches this year. This is jammed on the ground over to third. Testing everybody on the infield in this inning. That goes 5-3. It's An easy 3-up, 3-down inning for Kate Crossland. We've completed one. No score here at Como. 6 down the stretch here to match what they did a year ago. It's Skip Johnson on the other side. He's in year 8. Helped guide this Sooner club to a College World Series final appearance in 2022. They lost to Ole Miss. And then back hosting a regional a year ago. They were just outside being a national seed. This has turned into a perennial power. Skip Johnson, who took over in June of 2017. That's got to hurt. Fastball that ran away.
Just checking down there to see if the swing attempt was made as home plate umpire JJ. That one got him off the wrist.
Right off the tape on the wrist. Javero January is the home plate umpire. Matt Wilbanks is the umpire in your screen right there at first. David Beal at second. Jason Johnson. There's 2 JJs, not to get confused here this weekend. Jason Johnson's at third. So leadoff man aboard. It's the first base runner for either side. Sam Christensen is on. He's got an OBP that's just a little shy of 500 at 480 entering this series. That's nowhere close. That's 2 that have both really run arm side on Brady Kellenbrink. Jason Walk, the center fielder. Boy, what can't this kid do? It has all been on display over the last week. Hit the grand slam in the 8th inning. Back on Tuesday, 11-1 victory in 8 innings on the road at Stillwater. And the diving catch deep in center that was on top 10 plays over the weekend. Hurt his shoulder a little bit. Didn't seem to bother him on the grand slam. Man could do it all. And he gets hit by a pitch. Boy, quite the contrast here. First inning versus the start to the second for the lefty on the buck.
Really talked about his role getting expanded. Definitely see him as a bullpen guy early in his career. A couple injuries have allowed him to get this Thursday night start. Really got to command that heater here. Got to lock it back in. Let's see how Missouri handles this as well. What OU's going to do offensively.
Quarters in, middle infield back. They squared a bunt and pulled back. It's an OU team that's only sacrificed a handful of times this year, but they did attempt to drop down, at least squared 5 times in just the first inning on Tuesday. You look at the pitching woes. I mean, Walks was hit batsman, 257 free passes. They've hit 2 men this inning, so 70 hit batters now on the year. That's worst in the SEC, 187 walks. Combine that with a staff that's allowed the most home runs in the conference, and it's an 8.81 ERA. The second worst is South Carolina with a 5.46.
This is a graphic you do not want to be a part of.
But Dylan, you talk about it frequently. A lot of times for a start of that first inning could be the toughest one. Here's another square to bunt. It's popped in the air, and it's going to drop harmlessly foul.
Yeah,
breeze right through that first, but it's been the second inning. Maybe just a little bit too amped up in this Thursday night start.
Correct. When that role gets expanded, I know I've said it a couple times, just needs to stick with what he was doing. A lot of first pitch strikes, a lot of fastball command, then threw the changeup in there, missing on the right side, missing on the wrong side. That'll get you some guys on base. See how he handles this.
Freshman versus freshman.
Oh.
Look the most comfortable there on the wheel to second. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kyle Branch, second baseman. Skip Johnson said he knew this freshman was going to come in and start and be the everyday second baseman about midway through the fall. He has started every single game in year 1 in Norman. And bunts this in the air to about the same spot, just a little bit further back. Can't execute. It's 1 and 2. Funky start to the inning. Hit batsman, and then 2 failed sac bunt attempts.
Well, it's kind of been how Missouri's season's gone. You get a good inning, a good clean inning where it's good baseball, playing good baseball, clean baseball, and then you hit the first 2 guys here. It's not a recipe for success.
He would love his 3rd strikeout. The next from Kellenbrink. And Branch shoots it the other way, but it's slicing foul. 2 freshmen in the lineup tonight for Oklahoma. You got Branch in the 6th spot, and then Drew Dickerson, who is the lone man on the Sooner roster from the Show Me State. He's got family in attendance. It sounds like his family is always traveling well.
They're on the pass list.
Only a couple hours away from Kansas City. They're from just outside of KC. This is popped up. Left side of the diamond. And getting over nicely to make the grab is the shortstop. That's Keegan Knutson. There's one away. That's a big first out. You get the freshman who's hitting over 300 on the year.
Probably not how Skip Johnson drew that one up after getting 2 quick free passes from the Missouri Tigers pitching staff. Missouri catches a break.
Oklahoma's got speed 1 through 9, really up and down the lineup. So they're at their most dangerous with men on base. They love to put guys in motion. This is tipped in and out of the mid. Dayton Taki, the big first baseman up there. 6'2", 227. Junior, Fort Worth, Texas. Weatherford Community College transfer in year 1. This Oklahoma team lost 65% of its offensive production for 2024. Also lost 55% of its pitching from a year ago. It's a rare breaking ball that misses out wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. So there's 28 newcomers. All in all, 16 of them transfers, 11 from the JUCO ranks.
Very nice. That's how you do it. You recruit junior college players. You plug and play. You find the right guys. And OU's had some success doing it. Both sons of Skip Johnson, junior college head coaches. Excuse me, one of them, junior college coach. Other one, Division II. So shout out to those guys.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a high fly ball deep out towards center field. Pierre going back onto the warning track, and he will make the grab. Both runners return to their bases. Neither one tags, and now there's 2 down. Runners still at first and second. Boy, Dayton Taki really gave that one a drive. Wind is whipping really across the diamond right now, right to left. Usually it blows out to straightaway right field.
Yeah, can we get a picture of these flags? This is probably the slowest me and Max have seen them blow all year. You're probably like, am I looking at the right camera angle? Yeah.
It's always that windy.
Correct.
Here is Drew Dickerson. Takes a fastball up and out of his zone. Designated hitter who does feature a lot as a true freshman against left-handed pitchers. Freshman from Lee Summit, Missouri. In 231, a homer and 7 runs batted in. He takes outside 2-0. He was 0 for 2 versus LK State in the midweek. Did score and walked. 0 for 4 over the weekend versus Vandy. Series at home where Oklahoma won the first 2 in runaway fashion, but then got smoked in Game 3 on Sunday. And snags the inside corner. This guy's got juice in the bat, though, as a true freshman. Big guy. Hit a single versus Alabama that was clocked just under 113 miles per hour off the bat. 112.7. Right back in the count. Boy, Kellen Brink was consistently getting ahead 0-2 in the first inning. Falls behind 2-0 here. Now it's level. Chance to take it himself after he hit the first 2 guys.
You're exactly right. 1 pitch away from getting out of it. You got to throw this change up here.
There it is, and it's rolled right back up the middle. A seeing eye single. Racing around third is Christensen. He will score standing, and it's OU on the board first.
I felt like he deserved a little bit better than this. Got some weak contact off of that changeup. This one didn't have much depth. But young pitchers, young players at home, be ready to field your position. Kind of got tangled and tied up on the delivery and couldn't really defend. I bet he wishes he had that ground ball back to him.
So the first hit of the inning, the first hit of the game produces a run. Skied out of play by the 9-hole man, Dawson Willis. Finally, it's Drew Dickerson, the one man from Missouri, who gets the party started for the Sooners.
Could tell after that fist pump, he's from Missouri. Could tell.
Sure, he's comfortable playing back in his home state. Oh, one is ripped out deep towards right center. This is going to be trouble, and it's off the wall. That'll score at least 1 run. Dickerson getting the wave around third. The throw to the plate on a hop. Slide, tag, and got him. A great relay to the plate, cuts down a 3rd run, but OU does strike for 2. The 2-hit batsmen to begin the inning both come around to score. And it's the bottom of the order, 8 and 9, Dickerson and Willis that come through. just over the head of Pierre at center. And a great relay as Basler guts down Dickerson at the dish. But just about every game at series.
Correct.
These days in the SEC. 15 games through the 30-game conference slate. Teams are starting to make their move at this point, right? Texas A&M was going one direction. Now they're sweeping right back the other. This Oklahoma team, let's take a look at Pierre Seals, the senior. It's 4-5-6 coming up for Mizzou, trailing by a couple. Oklahoma had their best start since 2011 this year. Began the year 11-0. And actually lost in a run rule midweek game versus a very good year in and year out Dallas Baptist team. And rattled off 5 more wins. They were 16-1. Then they split their next 18 games. Went 9-9 prior to the 11-1 victory on Tuesday. Seals takes a fastball high and outside, 3-0. But Oklahoma, they have really held their own. They have played a ton of close, tight games. 5 of their 8 SEC losses have been by 2 runs or fewer. 3 of the 7 wins have been by 2 or less.
They don't ask the score, Maxie. They ask how many you win. That is not the way you want to start the inning with a 4-pitch walk.
Boy, after we just saw this movie in the top of this inning. I mean, you know it. We all know it. Leadoff free passes tend to bite you.
83% score.
Well, and in college baseball, much more so than the bigs.
Correct.
Or the minor leagues. Those leadoff free passes feel like they can often lead to crooked numbers.
100%, as you just saw from Missouri Tigers. Couple hit by pitches, scored, and scored another one.
You got 2 hit batsmen that pop up on the infield, a fly ball all the way to the wall in center. This will be a pitch clock violation of ball 1. And then you said it. I mean, sometimes when you execute your pitch, Kate Crosswood not too pleased right now with Javero January. It's just tough. You got to tip your cap to the other guy. And Drew Dickerson rolls over up the middle on a changeup away. But it sneaks through for a base hit. Look at the clock there, and I think that's pretty cut and dry that it was at 0.
I give the umpires some credit too. You're watching the guy. He's got to make sure he's looking at the hitter. He comes set, all that stuff, and you got to look at the clock. It's a whole traffic jam out there.
There's a lot of things going on at once. That sneaks onto the inside corner after Chris Patterson squared a bunt and pulled back. Patterson, one of the freshmen on this team that's really grown in role of late. He has been scorching hot at the dish the last few weeks. OPS almost at 900. 1 for 4 in the midweek game. Had 3 hits over the weekend at Florida. Supposed to be back-to-back series with a doubleheader for Mizzou. They played 2 7-inning games on Saturday. Had the lead midway through game 2. That was a Gators team that really needed some wins as well, and they got a trio of them over the weekend. Wins 2, 3, and 4 on the SEC slate. 1-2 at the knees, locked him up. There's the first punch out. It's a backwards one for Cade Crossland. How about that toughness mentally coming back from the pitch clock violation, too.
It's a very nice sequence there from Cade Crossland. Went heater, changeup. Had him guessing in the middle there and just came back with a firm heater.
Good location, maybe a little bit of anger behind pitch number 18 of the day. Now left on left with Cade and Nicoletto, the DH digging in. Seals 4 for 6 on the year, stealing bases. Both these teams really run frequently and well. Oklahoma's got 89 stolen bases this year. They had 7 on Tuesday. That's first in the SEC. The gap between them and Kentucky, who's at second, is 15.
A lot of these teams running on turf, too. A lot of these teams on turf. OU plays on turf. Missouri plays on turf. If you're on turf, in my opinion, you better be moving, better be running.
Neither of these two sides this year is really trying to outslug you or out-homer you. Oklahoma, their 40th home run of the season on Tuesday. That's 13th in the conference. Right behind them, sitting on 39, the Missouri Tigers. Both these teams run well. Oklahoma, as they have since Reggie Willits came over as the offensive coordinator in 2022, just trying to create some chaos on the bases. That's why they're 26-10 and a top 20 team in the country. Oklahoma peaked at number 9, according to D1 Baseball. Right now, Baseball America's got them all the way up at 10th in the nation. They are currently 10th in the SEC. That's how dominant the conference is.
You're exactly right. That's a good statistic. Couple breaking balls out of this left-hander's hand. To the left-handed hitter haven't been very efficient. It's a 92-mile-an-hour heater there. Get back in the zone.
Really sped him up, though, there. That was a really tardy swing.
You're exactly right. Sometimes when the breaking ball isn't as effective, and maybe it rolls in there, the hitter just takes it. A well-located heater get you back right.
Nicoletto really chunking up a good amount. Couple inches on the handle. Long pause for the 2-2. Runners in motion. It's a swing and a miss for his strikeout. Throw to second in plenty of time. How about the cannon from Easton Carmichael? 3-year starter behind the dish. What a finish to the second for OU. Kate Crossland, back-to-back strikeouts. And a runner caught stealing. OU by 2. Fluid stroke. Guy who just sees it so well. Almost never strikes out, walks a ton, and just catches a lot of barrels. He's barreled up, too. You said it. He got robbed in the first inning. Well, nobody was going to bring this one back.
What an asset to have at the top of the order.
Here's a little tapper up the third baseline. Patterson gobbles it up, sets and throws. One down here in the third. So home run number 41 of the season for Oklahoma. And that brings up Easton Carmichael. How many times do you see a guy make a nice play defensively? He almost always bats the next inning. That'll be the case right here with Carmichael. Talk about not rebuilding, but reloading at a position. How about the Oklahoma catchers of late? Some 3-year starter in Easton Carmichael, replacing the likes of Jimmy Crooks, who was sensational, 4th-round pick. A key man in that 2022 College World Series runner-up side. He's starting the year with AAA Memphis as well, and could be a name that a lot of people in this part of the country start to know soon. St. Louis just down the road, a little bit east of us. 4th-round pick by the Redbirds in that same 2022 year.
Strong kid here, as you see behind the plate. Haven't seen enough of the swing, but he definitely plays well. Produces for OU, and Skip Johnson here. You're going to catch for this ball club, you better be an Iron Man, as they say.
In the heart of the lineup, leads the team in hits with 45, runs batted in with 35. Ooh. Javero January just wore that. That was a fastball fouled straight back. I'm sure you've had that happen many, many times when you're in the crouch.
Correct.
I mean, what does that feel like to those at home?
No bueno. He's also wearing that Wilson mask, too. It's a little bit more abbreviated. He's a tough guy. Actually played professional baseball, so he knows what the heck's going on. I will say they're making those masks now. If you even look at Missouri's catcher, they got that shock absorbent. I think they're called Pro Force 3. I wore one when I played. Takes a little bit more of the, as you see those shocks on the side and underneath.
It's a good look.
It's takes a little bit more of the brunt, but JJ's an old school guy. Wears the smaller mask.
And there's only so much a mask can do.
100%. So give him a breather here. I know he's a warrior back there as well.
If you're JD or Hernandez, what do you say when you get back in the crouch here?
Well, I'm just trying to give him a breather. You know, everyone's like, are you okay? And, you know, the correct answer is no, I'm not okay. And don't ask me if I'm okay when I take a foul ball off my face.
See, that's the attitude you got to have. Big smile, some chuckles. We can only guess what he's saying, but.
Correct. He's saying thanks that I'm not wearing it on my own mask.
Always got to have a great rapport. Catcher at home plate umpire when you're sitting down there for a few hours.
You're exactly right. They put the smartest people closest to the ball, Max.
There you go.
I tell my wife that all the time.
And what did she say back?
She said you should have been playing right field.
Warming up guys in the bullpen.
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes. This will be pitch number 40 of the night for the freshman Brady Kellenbrink. Remember, he's maxed out at 3 innings this year, and maybe the doubleheader looming tomorrow now might change how these bullpens are managed with a little bit of a shorter series, time-wise. Skied on the infield, right in front of the plate. Back at the call on the grab is Chris Patterson, who lost his hat. 2 down. Pop-ups on the infield and deep fly balls to the outfield. Always an adventure here at Columbia.
Hang on to your horse.
We've seen many a drop over the season. It'll be really tough for a visiting team, especially coming to a new park at game 1, trying to navigate the foul territory, which is really limited down the left field line. A little bit more expansive, but not too much.
You're exactly right. I don't have any empathy though. They travel. They get here on Thursday. They work out. So better make sure you're on your P's and Q's.
You got no empathy for anybody.
That's only for you, Maxie.
Good job of settling down after the home run for Kellen Brink. He's retired the next 2. He's got Sam Christensen here, right fielder. That's cleanup. Spits on a breaking ball. He started the 2-run second inning, was hit by a pitch, and then the man that followed, Jason Walk, can say the same. He was hit right on the tape on the right wrist. Break-even pitch. Fastball just off the outside corner.
Brady Killenbrink's numbers don't look great, but this kid's a big boy. Lefty throwing 92 miles an hour. That'll get you somewhere. Definitely going to see him kind of grow up a little bit over the years at Missouri. Here's another 89-mile-an-hour heater, left on left. Just needs to hone that heater command in, and that'll make that changeup invisible.
The 2-2. Breaking ball sweeps just off the outside corner. It's a good pitch. Looking like it's getting better as the game has gone on.
That's a great point. That was pretty sharp there. That was up to down. That was pretty quick. It's a funky arm action. As you see it from your living room at home, he kind of points it in your living room and rips it.
That was smoked right off the facing of the first base dugout. That was a great pitch on the breaking ball. The only problem is Sam Christensen started the week first in the SEC in walks drawn. He's tied for 3rd now. 38, 1 behind the leaders. Has an incredible eye. He's worked it full, hanging tough. We'll live to see another pitch.
And that's what I'll say junior college baseball does, right? You got a lot of guys that you could, it's practice, it's the fall, you play other teams, you inter-squad, it's a lot of baseball. And that was my intention when I went to Middle Georgia College as well. I wanted to play all the time to get reps so I could come to this league.
8th pitch of the AB, and it's a breaking ball up and out of the zone. Walk number 39 now live ties it for the SEC league lead. Walk and a hit by pitch for Sam Christensen. He's just one of those guys, and it's such a luxury to have in the lineup if you're Skip Johnson, who can have a weekend like he did versus Vandy, 1 for 8. But he walks 3 times, so he's on base 4 of 11 plate appearances. And all of a sudden, you talk about his production in the middle of the order. Guy with an OBP that's well over 200 points higher than the average, and the average ain't too bad at 272.
You're exactly right. It's either one of 2 options. Either you got a lot of barrel accuracy, and you know where to hit it and know how to do it, and you don't really know how to explain it, or you have a good eye. You got to know the zone. All the good hitters know the zone.
Jason Walk trying to demolish that into the left field bullpen. When you talk about when you're scouting JUCO kids, what can transfer maybe the most consistently, eye at the plate is always something that translates really to the next level as well as anything. Maybe not always power, maybe not always the hit tool. Certainly the run tool works, but your eye at the plate, that's something that works in JUCO. It's probably going to work in D1.
Exactly.
It works in the low levels and the minors. It's probably going to continue to work as well. Those guys that have the gap that's 100 points or higher, OBP to average, always have a ton of success. There goes the runner from first. Pitch is high. Throw down on a hop, not in time. And it's a stolen base for Sam Christensen. He's 8 for 8 on the year. There's 5 guys, 6 of the 9 in the starting lineup for Oklahoma who have double-digit steals on the year. They now have 90 on the season.
They've got good baseball players over there. And they're not taking their foot off the gas here with 2 outs.
Walk drills due south to center, but racing in and over to make the grab is Caden Pierre, who is squared up, but it's an out. Oklahoma strikes again, though. 3 runs on 3 hits because leading off this inning, it's Trey Gamble. No doubter. He was robbed in the first inning, demolishes a high fastball to start the 3rd. And if you're Oklahoma, they lead the all-time series. So per this graphic, it is meeting number 264. Per Oklahoma, it's meeting 250. You know it's two storied rivalries when they're not even close to agreeing on how many times they've played each other. It's the same case with Oklahoma and Oklahoma State on Tuesday night. There's a swing and a miss for Tyler Macon at 7-8-9. Cade Crossland's faced the minimum kind of quietly through his first couple of innings. He did walk the leadoff man in the second, but was erased to the caught stealing.
I talked to Coach Jackson about Tyler Macon here on our call earlier this week. I like this kid, man. Every time I come watch a game, he's got 2 hits up the middle. You know, it says freshman on the graphic. Gives you more of a junior, maybe sophomore at bat. I like it.
294 the average, 455 the on-base percentage, though. Out in front of a nasty changeup, a ball and 2 strikes. He was 2 for 4 in the midweek with a double and a couple of runs scored. Was 0 for 6 over the weekend, though. He's 0 for 11 across his last 2 SEC series. A lot of baseball pedigree in his family, the redshirt freshman. Rolls over into the deep hole at short. That's going to be a mighty tough play, and the throw nowhere near in time for Jackson Willits. Tyler Macon legs out an infield single. First knock of the day for Mizzou.
I know Skip Johnson's been doing this for a while. This ball should have been in the dirt from Cade Crossland. Threw him a really good changeup to pitch before. Sometimes when you do that, it's hard to double up your best pitches with your best pitch. Would have loved to have seen a heater in there and maybe challenged him. Kind of helped him out, did him a favor, threw him back-to-back changeups where he was able to roll over something and use that speed. See how Missouri plays this one as well.
Does that surprise you, going back-to-back with the changeups, especially first time through the order, you're facing the bottom guys?
Well, I think he threw him his best pitch there. Like it was the 1-1 and swing over top of it to 1-2. Now you got options. Now, there's a little bit of a player needs to make a better pitch, but I agree with the changeup. Just needed to be down, like out of the zone down, like block it in the dirt. There's no dirt here, but in the turf down. But just kind of helped him out by throwing the same pitch in the same mile an hour in the same zone. Heads up.
Hernandez, a hit and run. The throw is going to be there in time. Might have slipped off the base anyways. Boy, that looked really awkward. I think Hernandez is arguing that maybe you got a piece of that at the plate. Either way, it's going to be another caught stealing for Easton Carmichael.
You're exactly right. This is going to be as funky as you see here when the boys in the truck get the as a strong throw to second. Supposed to be a hit and run, and Mr. Hernandez waves and misses a little tardy.
Not much you can do there. And on a hit and run, obviously you don't need to have the best jump, but Carmichael's gunned down a couple Tigers trying to swipe second. So still somehow facing the minimum. Base is empty, 1 down here in the third. Catcher Hernandez up there in a 1-2 hole. Here's the wind of the pitch. And that's dumped back foul. Hernandez didn't play on Tuesday, only in 1 appearance for Florida over the weekend. That came in one of the games on Saturday as part of the doubleheader, went 0 for 3. He's seen his playing time shrink over the season. Hitting 164. The slugging's only $182. The Seton Hall transfer. And the 1-2 inbound. Change up and a good one, spoiled foul.
Now here we go. We talked about this. Throw him another good change up. They've shown Mr. Hernandez the ball to the right side of the plate from where we're looking. I would love to see OU challenge something in here. Maybe a heater in, just changing vision, changing eye position as well. Would love to see something inside. I think they're going to do it here, Maxie. Not enough in, but that was the gist of it.
Fastball sprayed foul. There's something that just feels old school that I think any baseball fan just loves about a lefty pitcher whose best offering is the changeup, right?
Cole Hamels.
Not a lot of guys out there like that. You think Oklahoma, you think maybe Big 12, and the last handful of years, you think about somebody like Jordan Wicks out of Kansas State.
Right. Johan Santana, Cliff Lee.
1-2 goes high heat. That's line foul. It's a lengthy at back between Hernandez and Crossland.
Doing a good job.
You immediately think of the word crafty. It's got to be used for all of them.
Yeah, as soon as you say lefty, crafty.
Yeah, exactly.
I hear you.
Seventh pitch of the AB, and it's still 1-2. Hernandez is 9 for 55 on the year. He's got one extra base hit. It was a double. Zoo down by 3, still very early in game 1 of the series. Just off the outside corner, wrapped it up to 93.
Both of these guys are working.
This could be a productive at bat, no matter the result, for JD Hernandez working into the second half of the conference slate, because he is seeing the ball really well right now.
I'd like to see OU go back inside here as they're doing. See the catcher set up.
Can't get that put away pitch. 2 strikeouts for Cade Crosswood so far tonight. Came back to back to end the second. So he's got 1 hit. Infield single to start this 3rd inning. A runner that was quickly erased. Pitch number 9. Infield, outfield, straight up. A windy night here in Missouri. Hernandez takes outside. Another fastball there. Starting to ride up a little bit. Now starting to get into it. You can hear some cheering from that third base dugout. Certainly the Mizzou faithful appreciating the effort they've seen from their backup catcher. He's worked it full. And Hernandez hacks off another. I mean, that's quite a gang right there. All watching at the top step. If the top step is full, you got to be standing up on the bench. Got to be fully engaged. It's a team 0-15 trying to get the monkey off their back. Talked about what Coach Jackson said earlier. They're not chasing wins right now. They're chasing good baseball. He felt like they played really good baseball over the weekend. Just didn't have a win to show for it. Another 3-2. And another foul ball. Boy, we're starting to hear a lot of claps for the foul balls. Fans that are appreciating baseball.
Well, I'm going to have to ask him to watch out for my car.
29 pitches into this game when Cade Crossland began this at bat and duel with JD Hernandez. He's at the 49. Look, he is locked in though. The lefty trying to win this lengthy battle. Another payoff. And a smash foul.
I agree.
Well, you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah, I agree this is a good at bat for Missouri here, but you're going to need to turn it into a positive. You're going to need to win this. Going to need to win this.
Hey, you feel like whoever wins this battle, Crossland or Hernandez, is going to be very gassed up. In agreement now with this catcher Carmichael. Pitch number 13. And that's dumped back. One of the longest at bats of the year.
When we look at this too here, it's just if the fastball could be inside. I know the OU is trying to set up inside, but this ball's missing out over the dish. Whenever the catcher's glove goes that far, the ball doesn't usually come back.
You got a guy up there in swing mode. Pitch number 14. The at-bat that would not end. Here it comes. And it's ball 4 inside. That's an electric walk. I mean, as far as plate appearances that end result in walks go, it does not get better than that.
Very nice sequence from both sides.
Fitting right after I said you got a guy up there in swing mode. There's your take.
Very nice.
For Hernandez, it's only his 7th walk of the season. Gets us to the 9 spot. First at bat of the night for Peyton Basler. Junior from Lansing, Kansas. And he takes a called strike. Kansas City, Kansas Community College transfer. Your man Garrett Goldbeck, who's not featured in the lineup today. And he goes fishing. Talk about bouncing right back with 2 very quality pitches.
It's a calming presence out there from Mr. Crossland. Knows what he's doing out there.
poked out of play. So Hernandez at first, doesn't have his stolen base attempt on the season. It's an outfield that generally plays pretty deep. Got Jason Walk out there in center who can track down anything. He can fly going back on the ball, but especially coming in, it feels like. Another 0-2. This is lined out to shallow left field, sinking, diving, and it's in and out of the mitt. Trey Campbell cannot hang on. It's a single, and Mizzou has 2 men aboard for the first time today.
Got a good read on this. I thought he was faking me out, faking them out. It's off the end of his glove.
But from our vantage point, that was really stuck right behind his glove. It looked like it was in it, and then he lost it. One of those tough ones to read that look like they're harder hit right at you, but it was more down towards the end of the bat. So it didn't have a ton of velo behind it, had some top spin, and just drops in.
Correct. Sometimes those balls pull side, whatever hitter is hitting. That was a right-hander to the pull side. It'll make that pull side outfielder kind of freeze to figure out. That's when you kind of have to hear it, right? You could hear that one was off the end. Unfortunate, but fortunate for the Tigers.
You see the veteran presence of Easton Carmichael going out there trying to calm down his lefty, who's still throwing the ball really well. That wasn't hit too sharply at all. The walk prior came on 14 pitches.
A little bit of a breather as well.
Absolutely. Back to the top of the order, and Keegan Knutson was not happy at all with that strike call. First inning is about as easy as can be for Kate Cross with 3 ground balls, all softly hit. 1 to short, 1 to third, 1 to second. It was in and out of there quickly. And Knutson watches that out of play. So back-to-back guys, 2 holes against this lefty. Second time through the order now. Crossland in his 10th outing of the year, his 7th start. He's 2-2 with a 6.17 ERA. Entered with 43 Ks in 35 innings, though. 17 walks. That was his 19th of the season earlier this inning. The 0-2. Trying to get that fastball a little bit higher than it was.
You're kind of seeing some of these foul balls result in maybe just not enough execution of location. Some of these fastballs are supposed to be top of the zone into a right-handed hitter, away to the lefty. Just doesn't have the finishing reach out, touch, extension he's probably accustomed to, and that's where you're getting a lot of these foul balls.
First at bat with a runner in scoring position tonight for Mizzou. Check swing on the appeal and able to hold up. Matt Wilbanks said he checks. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
This is awfully close in my book here. Let's take a look at it. Well, I don't think he went. Umpire makes the correct call.
Very tardy swing. Oh boy, that went through the gap and right into the Oklahoma dugout. Right through the break where the stairs are. Somebody went down. But everybody looks to be okay. Golston lost the glasses. He looks fine, so he's probably going to hear about that from his teammates now the rest of the night. Boy, that'll wake you up in a hurry.
Quickly.
Especially with a righty, you're not expecting that.
These dugouts are close.
Knutson pulls one on the ground at third. Going the short way as Willis steps on third for 1. Knutson able to beat it out at first, so no double play. And it continues, but there's 2 down.
Very nice play by Dawson Willis. Young players, when you're trying to turn a double play and the ball hits you at third, let the ball dictate where you're going to go. That ball was slowly hit, step on the base, throw it to first. Now if the ball takes you towards second, pretty easy decision, throw the ball to second, turn the double play that way.
What a vicious swing that was from Jackson Lovich, trying to unload and pull his back level. And if anybody can do it, it's the man with 8 home runs. Leading the team in round trippers and RBIs. Also the best on the team with runners at scoring position. The average up to 450. He's best in clutch moments just like this. Lovich, a little jam shot, shallow left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. That'll score a run. A 2-out knock for Jackson Lovich, and Mizzou's on the board.
Missouri will take it any way they can get it. This is hit off the end as well, just on the wrong side of the dish. Missouri will take it.
You and I were doing a series towards the beginning of the season when Jackson Lovich was hitting about 160. Hit a bloop single to left. We thought that might get him going. Then you loved his swing he had on a line drive out to right field, and it just felt like a guy who was pressing in his draft year. One hop smash, chested down, not fielded cleanly by Branch, but how about the freshman staying composed and right with it? Gets the out at first. We'll be talking to Skip Johnson, the man at the helm for the Sooners, right after this break. It's 3-1 OU.
The two-strike pitch was, but he showed a lot of motion where he usually doesn't do that. And I don't know if the ball is ball or strike. You can tell me that, but he executed good pitches and they put balls in play, and that's what happens when you put balls in play.
Coach, thanks so much for taking the time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, guys.
Fourth inning of a tight game. Skip Johnson eats, sleeps, and breathes baseball and hunting. And when we talked to him yesterday, Dylan, you, me, and our production team that was on the call on Zoom, I think after he left, we were all just in awe of just his pure entertainment value as that smashed out to left center. Sliding to make the catch is Tyler Macon.
I told you I like that Tyler Macon kid, man. He can play some ball. But finishing that thought on coach of OU, Skip Johnson, man, he should have a Disney movie. Disney Pixar. That guy's awesome. Loves baseball, man. Been around it. Doesn't make it too complicated, right? You heard what he said, mature hitter. He didn't say, oh, his exit velo and his bats. He just said mature hitter. That comes with the whole package deal. He knows what kind of kid he wants to recruit, what kind of family he wants to recruit. And he does it his way, and it's been successful for a long time.
Not only is he a man of many humorous similes and metaphors, I mean, the projected weather for Saturday, he mentioned a cow and a flat rock, and it was hilarious. We were all dying on the call. It's one ball and one strike now. The leadoff man flies out to left center. But you can just tell, talking to Skip Johnson, he is a man who absolutely cares about this program and his kids and getting the best out of them on and off the field. And you could just tell, I mean, if you're a parent out there, he is someone that would absolutely, you'd love to have coach your son through his collegiate years.
You're exactly right. He said we're recruiting good men. Wants more than, you know, just a typical 2-for-4 plate day at the dish, but recruiting good human beings. This might be a tougher play than you think.
Skyscraper out towards second. Two-handed squeeze for Keegan Knutson. Yeah, working in the Cobbs Farm system the last handful of years, I've gotten to know Cade Horton, from first-round pick, who was a lights-out starter, especially in the postseason for OU in 2022. I asked him about Skip Johnson a couple days ago. He said, one, he is an absolute one-liner king. That was on full display. He said it would be on full display. And then, two, he just said he's a guy who absolutely cares, and he makes everything really easy and understandable for his kids. And while he expects a lot, he knows that nothing is guaranteed. You're dealing with 18 and 20-year-olds, and he's very candid and honest about that. I mean, you got a kid up right now who's a freshman, and he knows there's going to be growing pains with any college kid. They're so young. Can't expect too much.
I think, yeah, you put it exactly how he said it, too. It just makes sense. No expectations. You know, you go into a season, hey, we want to do this. This is our goal, but everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. He's done a good job of coaching this ball club, and it's a pleasure to have him in this league.
He's a protege of Augie Garrido, the legend who won 5 national championships between his time with Cal State Fullerton and Texas. Skip Johnson took over in June 2017, and this program has taken a leap forward since. What a bounce back inning. 3 up, 3 down in the fourth. There's some energy and some juice. Brady Cowanbrink, career-high 4-inning outing so far. On a Friday, they're probably up by 6 already. It's a big day for the SEC and a big day for these two schools on the mat earlier tonight as they both advance to the championship in gymnastics. Mizzou pulling off a huge upset, able to sneak by in very tight fashion. An incredible program in the Florida Gators. Over the weekend, they'll be competing for a national championship. Helen Hu and company. Bottom 4 here. And Dylan, I think entering today, if you said you were going to get 4 innings, especially after the schedule change and a doubleheader out tomorrow, you're going to get 4 if you're Carrick Jackson from your starter at Cowanbrink. You'd take that any day.
Yeah, I think that was his last hoorah. I think they got somebody warming up in the bullpen, but Missouri will take any inning, and 3 outs are recorded by a starting pitcher as well.
And for Mizzou, I mean, they really haven't been able to put together a full effort over a series. They've had some great offensive series, no doubt about it. Scored 22 runs across 3 games here versus Ole Miss. Put up 16 runs down at Baton Rouge across 3 games. I mean, this Oklahoma team put up 4 in a series at home versus the Tigers from LSU. But they just haven't been able to pitch well and hit well in the same series. And of late, it's kind of flipped. They've been pitching poorly and not producing runs. Outscored 51-9 in Fayetteville a couple weekends ago. Brock Lucas warming up in the bullpen. He is really kind of a piggybacker that could go the rest of the way. He's just swinging a miss, high fastball, 2-2. That's what he did last Friday down at Gainesville. It was Cowanbrink for the first 3, and then Brock Lucas the rest of the way. He went 5. You could tell the presence from Cade Crossland, just stoic. He's been locked in. He's had the same mentality from his first pitch. This is a hot shot into center. Leadoff base hit for Pierre Seals.
We talked about this, man. This Cade Crossland kid is a flat-out animal. Just doesn't have the put-away pitch today. With 2 strikes, this is supposed to be a heater away. Leaks back over to Dish. Missouri will take that. Just that finishing touch to the correct side. Young pitchers, young catchers, get your pitcher to miss on the right side. If the ball's supposed to be away, Max, throw it away. If the ball's supposed to be inside, throw it inside efficiently and not be missing over the middle. Go ahead, ask me your question.
Yeah, how frustrating is that? Because I'm sure if you're Cade Crossland, the stuff's been there. He's been getting ahead of just about everybody, but the put-away stuff just really hasn't been there.
Correct, and it's a matter of inches. Just missing on the right side is super important. And as a catcher, you're like, dude, we're getting to 0-2. We just can't put anybody away. It's a little frustrating. See if he turns it on here with a nasty changeup.
But here we go again.
It's impressive. He's going 0-2. Let's see what he does here. I would love to see something inside. Mix and move. Move the ball. Pitching is an art. It's a creative science. There's no wrong way to do it. There's no right way to do it. It's supposed to be away, it looks like.
Patterson fouls it back to the screen.
It's a good pitch.
Mizzou just consistently fouling away 2-strike offerings. At the 5 spot in the order, Patterson was strikeout victim number 1. Cade Crossland, he went down looking back in the second. And he struck out Caden Nicoletto as the on-deck man. Those are still the only 2 strikeouts tonight. There's pitch number 65 of the day. Two in the second, 1 in the third for Oklahoma. Mizzou answered back with 1 of their own in the 3rd inning. Seals, as you can see, was caught stealing earlier. Strike him out, throw him out, that ended the second. I wonder how much running we're going to see against Carmichael the rest of the night. He's 2 for 2. Mizzou has out-hit Oklahoma now 4-3. Haven't seen too many balls struck all that well with the exception, big exception. You can put a big asterisk by that. Campbell's homer. Sun is set. Lights in full effect. Thursday night here at Como. And this is driven in the air out towards right field. Lazy fly ball tracked down by Christensen. On a different day, when the wind is going out towards
Seriously,
that foul pole
seriously.
and right, which is probably north of 90% of the time here, that fly ball becomes a lot more interesting. I think anybody who's been to a game here, you see a ball hit, not even all that well, but any kind of barrel whatsoever, even if you get underneath it like that, down the right field line, you get to the edge of your seat.
You know this ballpark all too well.
Not as well as you. Give Carmichael the credit for catching a couple guys stealing, but also tip your cap to Crossland, who's done a great job of keeping guys honest.
You're exactly right. Good head. Good head control, good vision. Keeps his eyes on the hitter, keeps his eyes on the pitcher. Not the pitcher, I mean the guy on first base.
And you could tell on the delivery there, Seals, first step, back towards first.
Exactly. It's all about your eyes with that whole thing. Picking off, you can control the runner by the way that you look at him, the way maybe you're looking at the ground, maybe he doesn't know where you're gonna go. A little bit of a cat and mouse game there for sure. Mixing up the looks as you see as well.
It's a better read over there at first this time, but say it with me at home. It's another 0-2 count. I mean,
You're exactly right.
if you're a young pitcher at home, you're in high school, maybe you're a teenager, the name of the game, I mean, both these head coaches coming into this series, one of the biggest points they were preaching was control the controllables. You know, throw strikes if you're on the mound, right? It's a big emphasis coming in for both teams. 0-2 machine, Kate Crossland. Still always aware and conscious of the speed at first. Seals single to center to begin the inning, then Patterson flew out to right. Nicoletto, the senior from Australia, transfer from Columbia College just down the road. Seals really leaning at first. He'll stay put, and that got him right on the elbow pad. No, they're going to say he leaned in. It's strike three. Oh, that's a massive decision from Javero January. Fastball in towards the elbow. You could hear it from up here. Instead of first and second and one out, it's two down.
See if he leans in here.
Oh, that's tough. I mean, if anything, he is leaning away from the plate. He's leaning back in towards his own chest.
I will say he does not expand over the white lines. First of all, his feet are in the box. Number one, that's a check. And then the elbow doesn't extend over it. Now let's get this a little bit of credit here. It's lefty-lefty. It's a tight window for the umpire to look at it. Has to make a judgment call. I'm glad we're reviewing this.
Boy, you think if that's the call in the field, it's got to be pretty obvious to the home plate umpire. I will say in his defense, Nicoletto starts with that right elbow very close to the edge of the plate, but he actually brings it further in. I think this has to be overturned.
All right, well, I'm 100% on these all year.
Are you? You got a guess here?
I think we're gonna overturn this here.
I would imagine.
And Missouri's gonna be granted hit by pitch.
The aesthetics look like it could have been a lean-into situation because he actually did move the elbow towards the ball.
Sure.
But the ball was in off the plate.
Sure.
I wouldn't imagine this would be one that would take too long. But, I mean, you could tell this is a high-magnitude moment. Thought of 4 two-run game. Either you got 2 on and 1 out, or there's 2 outs and just a man at first. Skip Johnson's locked in. He hasn't moved a muscle.
He's been doing this for a long time.
Imagine when we come back from this, they'd probably let Crossland throw a few warm-up pitches too, because he's standing, hands on his hips behind the mound. This is a lengthy break for him. I thought movement was a good sign there, but I think he is just telling Crossland to take this ball and start throwing some pitches.
Correct.
Some tension in the air right now. It's been a well-played, well-fought game. Defense has been really strong for both these sides. That hasn't been the case all year long.
I mean, even though we're talking about it now, we're going to get a call here soon, but 2 strikes on Cade Nicoletto. Can't put him away. We've talked about it all night. He's got great stuff, just hasn't been the finishing touches like a painter that he's usually been.
You might have put him away.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. You know what? You're right. I'll be quiet.
After review, the ball hit the batter. Therefore, the batter will be awarded first base. Missouri retains his challenge.
Very literal there. So call overturned. Decision goes in the favor of Mizzou, as we both thought it would.
There we go. I'm
First and second, 1 out.
100%. I'm 100%.
I mean, like I said, it's the elbows moving towards the ball, but the ball is way
Side.
in.
You're right. You're right. They got it right here.
And that's why we have the review.
You're correct.
Even if it takes a while, important to get these decisions right.
My guy Tyler Macon up here made a nice play in the field last inning. See if he hits one hard here. It's a nice block.
That's really the first test we've seen on a ball in the dirt for Carmichael. Okay, in the turf. You said it. You said it earlier. You can see 46 sit batters this season. And we showed the other side of this coin, which is how many men Mizzou have hit on the season, which is 70. Oklahoma has been a free pass machine offensively. I mean, last Friday versus Vandy, 6 of the top 7 guys in the lineup drew at least 1 walk. The next day they went out, drew 9 walks, got hit 5 times. They drew 14 free passes that day. It's been a big catalyst for big innings that Oklahoma has been able to muster up.
There is a standard at OU, as you're seeing here. Better know the zone if you want to crack the 9.
You can see, I mean, that 3rd inning is the outlier. The J.D. Hernandez at bat is really the sole reason. He's thrown as many pitches in the 4th inning as he did to Hernandez in that plate appearance.
Wow, good math.
14 equals 14, baby. That 1 week advantage. Single, fly out, hit by pitch. That's been the inning so far. 1-0 count to Macon. He takes soft speed away. Hitting over 300, the redshirt freshman from Kirkwood, Missouri, tried to come through. Just a single here might make it a 1-run game. He takes one down low. Tyler's father, Leland, played 4 years in the Texas Rangers organization. His final year in the minors was 1996. He played with Port Charlotte. He had a notable teammate on that roster when I was doing some digging. Here's a strike. Fernando Tatis Sr.
Wow. What was the Port Charlotte mascot?
They were the Rangers.
Okay, they were.
Easy to remember for them,
Okay.
the Rangers horde.
I wanted to stump you.
Still a hitter's count for Macon. He's in the driver's seat with 2 on. There's a swing and a miss.
Good swing, good swing.
Challenged him at 88. It's back full. Fernando Tatis Sr. is always the answer to one of the best trivia questions. Baseball is nerdy. It's all about trivia, right? One of the best trivia questions in the game. We'll get to it after this important payoff. Swing and a miss. Boy, flat-footed effort. Heaved a fastball by, and that's punch out number 3, and none more important than this one for Cade Crossland.
This is straight diesel right by you. If we have this clip here, watch this. He'll say, give me the ball back. Watch Cade Crossland here. We cut away from it, but this is just straight heat.
Only player in big league history to hit 2 grand slams in the same inning.
There it is.
It's notable because it was 35 years ago, almost to the day. It was April 23rd, 1990.
Wow.
Cardinals versus Dodgers. When you got to throw to second, the throws to second have been a little awkward for both lefties today.
Seriously, I would bounce it out there. If I had a problem, I'd just bounce it on the turf. A lot of teams do that on this turf. Now they know where to throw it as well.
Well, here's the battle. Fans were probably looking forward to second time through the order. Hernandez fouls one back by $1 for every time. So he walked his first time up I don't think those 4 letters do that plate appearance any justice. It was masterful. 14 pitches, and you know that's right at the forefront of the mind of Crossland right now. He's trying to go after him and get him right here to end his threat. 2 on, 2 away in a 2-run game. Just outside with a changeup. I mean, this has to gas you up a little bit if you're a pitcher, right?
No way he does it again, right?
And in control. Great tempo with the breath. Very repeatable delivery. Been a well-pitched game, well fought. Just 7 hits total. Top of this inning was the fastest frame by far. Brady Kellenbrink went 3 up, 3 down with a punch out to serve as an exclamation point probably for his outing. Probably his last offering. Darts across towards the inside corner. It's 2-2. Well, he's got 2 strikes on Jadier Hernandez. This is how it all began. Deep down the right field line, and it's dropped. It's a fair ball. Sam Christensen could not hang on. This is going to clear the bases. We're all tied up at 3. Hernandez comes through. Sam Christensen had it in the webbing. He's saying it was foul. What a moment with 2 outs here in the 4th.
Man, yeah, man, this is real close. He's running over the foul line. I'm not sure here because everyone kind of thinks this is going to be a foul ball, and that wind kind of holds it up. Let's see if he touches this.
Oh, yeah,
It's fair.
Easily fair.
Not sure what that dance is there, but he'll take it.
See if that goes down E9 or a double. Either way, it gets the job done. It does go down E9. So no base hit for Jadier Hernandez. Now the go-ahead run is at second for Peyton Basler. Boy, another moment that just has to feel so frustrating for Kate Crossland. Good piece of hitting, but you get that kind of leather on it, you expect to catch that 10 times out of 10. All of a sudden, pitch count now north of 80. Waits on a called strike. Scoreboard threw up, base hit. Announcement here in the booth was E9. It sprayed right back that direction, but this time it will slice foul. Basler had 2 hits over the weekend for his Florida. Missed the Texas series in late March. It was played right here at Taylor Stadium. Base hit, a run scored, and an RBI in a midweek thriller. It was 7-0 Mizzou. Started the game with a touchdown. Missouri State answered with 7 of their own. Just barely did the Tigers hang on 10-9. Gave up a 2-run bomb in the 9th inning. It's a very different opponent this weekend stylistically because Missouri State really relies on the long ball, and they hit just about as many homers as any team in the country. Upstart, I should say, Bears program having a great year. We might see both teams going to the bullpen, maybe even the 5th inning today. 2-2. Well, no matter how that's ruled, the player of the game tonight for Mizzou so far is the man in the 8th spot who has had his playing time really shrunken over the last month. Jadier Hernandez came in really struggling. 2-2 is yanked foul. Well, we talked about it midway through that at bat his first time up. Could do a lot for him confidence-wise. Just proven that he can hang that tough against the guy who's the front-end starter for this team. And obviously the best starter for Oklahoma we'll see tomorrow.
Correct.
Kyson Witherspoon will have a doubleheader, so we should have the twins. Kyson and Malachi going games 2 and 3. We'll see if they change from how they were originally slotted with the doubleheader now on the docket. The twins that Skip Johnson described to us, one's more of a rattlesnake, one's less of a rattlesnake. We'll talk more about that tomorrow.
Yeah, save your one-liner.
It's a lot of good animal references.
He's probably madder than a rattlesnake in that dugout with the way this inning's gone for OU.
Basler hanging tough. And he's going to work it back full. It's another full count. It's only the 6th batter of the inning. Man, this has been a lengthy bottom of the 4th. 2 runs home. Mizzou's tied it up. Both runs scoring with 2 outs. Bottom of the order coming through. This is the 9th spot right here. Big payoff on the way. And it's inside. He walked him. 3rd walk of the night. To go with the hit batsman, and there's 2 on for the top of the order. So Crossland's going to stay out there. 34 pitches in this inning. And now he will face this lineup for a 3rd time through.
He should be sitting there drinking Gatorade, if you want me to be quite frank.
Knudsen is hit.
Still standing out there. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Hit 2 soft ground balls to the left side of the infield. 6-3 put out and a 5 unassisted. Makes a changeup low and away. Batter number 7 of the frame for Mizzou. They've really slowed this game down. I know it's a baseball game, but it feels like Mizzou has dictated the pace.
A lot of foul balls, not a lot of put away pitches.
Couple ducks on the pond with 2 down. That bounces in front of the plate.
Nice block.
Between the draft stock and potential for Easton Carmichael, feels like it's just continuing to grow this year. He was on the Big 12 all-freshman team. That was 2 years ago. It's a 3rd-team All-American last year. Hit 366, led the team with 64 RBIs, and it's only getting better defensively. Another weak roller off the bat of Knudsen to 3rd, and another 5 unassisted to end the inning. Mizzou strikes for 2. It's 3-3. We'll talk with Garrett Jackson on the other side. For the 5th is Brock Lucas, the 6'3", 229-pound junior right-hander from St. Elizabeth, Missouri. I met you last Friday in Gainesville, and he went the rest of the way. After Kellen Brink went 3, he went the next 5. Kellen Brink gives you 4 tonight at home. See if Brock Lucas can maybe take Mizzou the rest of the way tonight again.
Missouri's going to need him to pitch well. Kind of been an up and down year for him. I know he was on the card early for Missouri. Going to need him to throw some off-speed pitches well. Going to need him to command the zone. Missouri's hanging around here. Isn't there a song about hanging around? What's that song called?
Hanging around.
There we go.
Counting Crows, right?
I think so.
0-1 for Brock Lucas. So you go from the southpaw to the first righty we're seeing on the mound tonight. Get a taste of this Sooner lineup, will Brock Lucas. He'll be greeted by Dawson Willis, the 9-hole man who doubled in a run his first time up. 9-1-2 to up for the Sooners. Five innings. It was 5 earned on 7 hits last time out last Friday. The man on the mound right now, 4 walks. He struck out a couple. Gone just 2 innings exactly in each of the 2 prior outings. So see what he can give Mizzou. It's an SEC series, but it's starting on a Thursday and ending on a Friday, so it's kind of a different feel. Have a little bit extra rest before these teams move into next week. Hopper down the line at 3rd. And the long throw, not in time. Chris Patterson got a lot behind it, but couldn't beat the wheels of Dawson Willis, who's 2 for 2.
Just want to This is one of these plays where you got to catch it and kind of throw it. A chopper on the turf. He runs well. Good hustle there. Textbook.
Dawson Willis aboard for the top of the order at Trey Gamble, who's hit 2 balls right on the screws tonight. Takes a first pitch strike. Hot shot, diving play at first. Robbed him of at least a single in the first inning, then homered out to right his second time up. Now gets to face the righty and Lucas with a man on base. So 1 for 2 with a homer. That lowers his season OBP just a little bit. Dawson Willis is one of those guys amongst a group that is chock full of speed. It's a guy who just runs with ease. He's got the pants a little bit above the knees. Maybe that adds to it. He's off in motion right here. This is turned on and laced out to right field. Making the catch on the move is Seals. Any base running from Willis, though, able to scamper back and dive headlong into first. Boy, 1 for 3 with a homer for Trey Gamble, but he's hitting everything on the barrel.
That's what he does. That's why he's been consistent. That's why he's in the top of the order. Nice job from Missouri to get that first out on a hit-and-run smoke job.
But for Willis, I was going to say, maybe it's the pants above the knee, so his legs look a little longer, but he runs like a gazelle.
Yeah, correct. If your pants are above your knee, you better run well, I'll tell you that.
It's easy speed. I'm trying to think. Hunter Pence does that, Carlos Santana does that. There's, I don't know if that's becoming more in vogue.
Yeah, it's 2 things. You better better run well or you better hit it over the fence. That's the 2 things. And both of those guys did, and one guy hits it out of the yard at a high clip.
Jackson Willits has had a uncharacteristically quiet night so far. He's down to the count 0-2. Struck out swinging in the first, grounded out to third in the third. He is going to go have a chat with Reggie Willis. 2 guys know each other quite well. Father and son tandem. You know, it's interesting. You look at this Oklahoma roster. They've got 2 guys from the state of Missouri. They only have 1 from the entire state of Oklahoma. That's the man at the dish.
Isn't that scary, though?
That is on the coaching staff.
That's scary.
I mean, he's got to take a lot of pride in that, you'd imagine.
Correct.
When you've got Skip Johnson at the helm, the Texas influence is everywhere on this team. So 2 players from Missouri, 1 from Oklahoma, 16 from Texas. There's not more than 2 from any other state. 0-2. Runner in motion. It's down low for a ball. Strike throw to second, but it's a little high. And in there with the stolen base is Dawson Willis. Now 15 for 19 leads the team. It's swipe bags on the year. That's that easy speed.
It's got to be the pants.
It's got to be the pants. Here's your stolen bases number. Reggie Willis came over in January of 2022. This is tapped foul. In his first season, the man who really created this chaos mantra. The Sooners swiped 145 bases. It was the most for Oklahoma since 1989. It was 4th in the country. And now they're pretty much always up there amongst the best. Swing and a miss, tied him up. That's a big punch out. Jackson Willits 0 for 3 with a couple of Ks now.
I'm not sure what this was. Maybe a crisp misfire. No, a little slider in there. Or a cutter. It was pretty tight. Right underneath the hands. Ties him up. 2 outs.
I think that can blend together for Brock Lucas sometimes. I look more cutter than slider.
No, it definitely does. I like the changeup probably best, but there's a little bit of that sweeper, kind of side to side as you see shape-wise. This is a tough AB here. Sorry, I don't think it's going to give in here. I don't think he's going to see a heater, honestly.
In 385 with 2 outs is Carmichael.
First base open here, tie game. On your bingo card, it should say, I can honestly see them, if this next pitch is a ball, I can see them putting him on.
Team leader in RBIs at the plate, and he drills one into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Willis is chugging around third. The throw to the plate is way offline. Oklahoma back in front. It's a 2-out RBI single from the catcher, Easton Carmichael.
Just a hanger up in the zone. He's able to get bat to ball. This is an easy send for the OU third base coach as he's buzzing around third base, and OU takes the lead.
You know, they'll always tell you, you don't have to be fast to be a good base runner. Here's a delayed steal, throw down to second. Oh, it might have been in time, but Keegan Knutson could not hang on. Oklahoma had a delayed steal on Tuesday. It's a much more comfortable stolen base than this one. Swiped 7 bases versus the Pokes. That's their second stolen base of this inning. You know it's an aggressive team when you've got the catcher delayed stealing with 2 down. Is that something you had in your repertoire?
No, I was not delayed stealing, but that was a really good throw to second base. Just still kind of flabbergasted at not the pitch calling, because this is when it comes down to the players being or executing the pitch calls. Slider was the call, 2-0. Just gotta be a little bit better than that, especially with first base open. And OU takes the lead. They capitalize. That's what they do, Max. They take the lead. Their best players play well. That's what they do.
Stolen base proved dividends after Willis swiped second, able to score on the 2-out single for Carmichael, who's now taking his place at second. Christensen's got 21 RBIs. He's been on base both times tonight. And he's always calm at the dish, always has the same demeanor no matter the count.
He's looking to make up for what happened in right as well. I bet a weight feels lifted off his shoulders with the OU back in front. Would love to contribute an RBI here.
But instead, he goes down swinging to end the inning. So first inning for Brock Lucas out there. And Oklahoma gets a clutch RBI hit from Carmichael. They're back in front. 3-2 earlier tonight as well. That one's final. Elsewhere into the 6th. Bama's got a lead 2-1 in Baton Rouge. Texas A&M has a lead in Fayetteville versus number 2 Arkansas at 6-4 in the 5th there. Watch out for the Aggies. This is not a time you want to catch them.
Something's clicked. I think they got riled up at Tennessee, was it 2 weekends ago? Decided, proceeded to win that. I think they have 11 home runs in 2 games down there in Knoxville.
Lovich able to check you up here. You think about Texas, number 1 team in the country, down at home right now. Arkansas, number 2 team in the country, trailing at home. Number 9 LSU also trailing at home. Could be a wild night in the SEC. That's not including number 5 Georgia trailing 3-1 in Nashville versus Vandy.
And some people got to go to work tomorrow. Can you believe that? It feels like Friday, but it's Thursday.
We got a nice twin bill coming your way tomorrow from Taylor Stadium, Oklahoma and Missouri.
Feels like a kid's day at the ballpark.
2 games starting at noon Central Time. We'll see the Witherspoon twins gracing the rubber here for OU. Be a fun day for them.
You ever called a game or the Twins pitch?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Tyson Witherspoon has been the best pitcher of the SEC, maybe the best pitcher of the country. He's the reigning co-SEC pitcher of the week. 2-hit complete game shutout last Saturday. The caveat there was it was 7 innings, but it still counts the same. Strike 3 call. Fastball in the inside corner. Still got 91 in the tank. Then a punch out for Crossland.
This is what I've been preaching for the last 4 innings. Watch this ball. The ball's inside. Throw it inside. Might be a little bit too far inside, but that is what we talked about, Max. Missing on the right side. Some framing, some help, some consistency. Get you an out.
And let your veteran backstop Carmichael do a great job of getting around that, too.
You're right. They call that deflecting. It's like when your mom asks you if you passed a test.
It's about to make that
you deflect and you tell her, no, I didn't pass the test.
That's the deflecting I know.
Yeah.
This will be pitch number 100 of the night for Kate Crossland. 4 Ks, It's allowed 3 runs. This is a bouncing ball, foul wide at first. 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. 4 Ks, 3 walks, just 4 hits allowed.
Caden Pierre has not seen Cade Crossland too well tonight. 0 for 2. Looking to see something out over the dish. Can spray that ball to left field.
Cade versus Caden. Boy, did I get the knob of the bat? I'm going to say hit by pitch at its first base. Nobody gets hit more on Mizzou than Caden Pierre. That is the 15th time he's been hit this year. 3rd time this week.
This is a scary one here. Oof. Let's see if it hits the end of the bat. They've already called it.
I thought it was knob live, just given how far it went.
I think so too. That'll spin you around quickly. I think they're going to review it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Tied for 4th in the SEC. Those 14 hit by pitches. This would be number 15 if it stands. Skip Johnson's out there having a conversation with Javero January. So really, given the way things just shook out, it looked like January appealed to see if he swung.
He did. He
the
did.
third base umpire, excuse me, Jason Johnson, who then gave the safe call that he didn't go. I thought it was more of a foul versus hit by pitch than a swing or not. But Caden Pierre gets plunked with 1 out.
With 2 strikes.
'Twas ever thus. And pitch number 101. There's another weak tapper over to 3rd. Willis off balance throw on the money. I think Dawson Willis could be a potential X factor for this team down the stretch.
I like him too, man.
He started every game. He's batting 9th. He's not having a terrific offensive season, but he's got the tools. He's got the capability. You can see the arm strength and the footwork at 3rd. Maybe a little bit shaky on that potential double play ball earlier with the footwork around the bag, but if he can get it going in the back half of this conference slate, I think this team could really take a jump forward.
I couldn't agree more. Playing a premier position in this league.
Chris Patterson mighty fooled on that first pitch. And Carrick Jackson over to share some wisdom with the youngster in the box. Patterson, who's really earned the playing time he's received over the last few weeks. He's the guy who got a pitch hit opportunity, ran with it. He's had some nice at bats, and now he's squeezed his way into the lineup consistently. 3 for 9 at Florida, had a couple of doubles. Made his SEC debut in the series right here versus Texas. Went 2 for 8 with a homer and 4 runs batted in after he did not feature between February 26th and March 27th. Just his 13th start of the year. A funky batting stance, pretty close from the right side. And takes one low. Sioux looking for that clutch 2-out base hit that Oklahoma just got in the top of this 5th inning. The 1-1. Thinking this is the last batter. If you're Cade Crossland, actually in the bullpen, 105 bullets thrown so far.
I know he would like to end it here.
Still able to dot that up. Fastball at 90.
Just a little confused on what he's looking for here. 2-1, throwed a couple off-speed pitches down, uncompetitive. You're looking for a heater. I would be looking for a heater and took a 2-1 heater in. Let's see what he does here.
Pitch number 107 of the night. Bounces on top of home plate. Count is full. This could be the last pitch of the night for the Sooners starter. Got 2 guys get pulled. Catalano getting loose in the bullpen. Looks like both squads will go from a lefty starter to a righty first out of the bullpen. Reset the clock. It's a big pitch here. A walk could get the Tigers to finally chase Kate Crossland. They'd also have 2 aboard with 2 outs for Caden Nicoletto. It's the freshman Chris Patterson trying to come through. Mizzou trying to level it back up. Pulled on the ground over to short. Willits charges off balance throw, and it's dug out at first by Taki. Nicely done. A solid inning for the left side of the infield. And through 5, Oklahoma leads by 1. To the 3-0 man, Easton Carmichael, the junior. And that base hit is the reason that Oklahoma is back in front. Brock Lucas back out for his 2nd inning. We'll see, Dylan, maybe if Kate Crossland comes out to at least face 1 batter of the 6th, because he's got a lefty at Caden Nicoletto, the DH, due up first. Holds sharply towards second. It's past the dive of Basler. And it's a base hit for Jason Walk, who's aboard for the 2nd time.
OU does what they do. Leadoff guy on. Before you could even sit down in your seat and have another bite of popcorn, they're already on first base.
It's the 4th time they've had the leadoff man on so far tonight through 6 innings. Each of the first 3 times that man has come around to score, though technically one of those leadoff men was a home run, but counts the same.
Correct.
Thank you. Runner goes, pitches a called strike. The throw down is offline. It skips into right center. Walk able to pick it up, and he will trot easily up to 3rd. Speed kills. That's the mantra for Oklahoma. Another stolen base, and the error has them with a man 90 feet away and nobody out.
This is where I think Missouri's really got to grow, especially in conference play. I know you maybe slide step, but you know that he's going to run. You know OU likes to run. I would like to see at least a pickoff attempt, just to, you know, maybe give everybody a shot. I mean, I got a guy on 3rd base. I haven't even had a sip of my Coke up here.
4 stolen bases on the night. They had 7 on Tuesday. Keep in mind on the other side, Mizzou has been caught trying to steal twice. One of those that a failed, botched hit and run attempt. Corners in, middle infield back. That's a beautiful stop. Able to keep it close enough. Was Hernandez. With a little half swing roller towards the first base dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The freshman tonight 0 for 2. A pop up to short. Hit that liner into left center that Tyler Macon made that phenomenal play on. A sliding grab in the alley. And now with 2 strikes, the infield's going to come all the way in. Important pitch and a fastball misses up. It's only the 6th inning, but that's an important run looming at 3rd. Oklahoma trying to get the momentum back. The seesaw affair, they scored the first 3, then gave up 3. Scored last inning in the 5th, threatening here in the 6th inning. 3-2, that's ball 4. Well, the word that Skip Johnson has been throwing around and mentioned to us a couple days ago about Kyle Branch, the freshman, the maturity.
Exactly.
He's a guy who just plays well beyond his years. And you can tell there, a freshman not trying to press. You got a man at 3rd, nobody out. You really want to bring that guy home, right? Well, he gets on base, hands the baton to the next guy, and Dayton Taki, who is more than capable of driving in runs here. And now you have the potential maybe for a bigger inning.
And you're 26-10. Everybody usually does their part, you know?
Fake steal from first, and that clips the inside corner. Branch has 12 stolen bases on the year. He has not been caught a single time. Taki fly out and pop out tonight. Distributed 23 this year.
He's got a good swing. Got some juice in there. Just missed his last one.
Over the top here. Oklahoma 3 for 8 to start tonight with runners at scoring position. But it's really their 3 for 7 effort with 2 outs that has stood out tonight.
Would love to see Brock Lucas throw a changeup here. It's his best off-speed pitch.
Man at the corners. Corners in. 1-2. Certainly not the location he wanted.
Correct. That was one of those little spinner cutter things that he throws.
Kind of a cement mixer at the top of the zone.
Correct.
Didn't move a whole lot in any
Correct.
direction.
He did get a punch out on it earlier. But let's see what he goes with here. Something down and away. That was the changeup, just too high in the zone. No, it's the flip-flop, right? When I'm a hitter and it's 3-1, I'm in the better spot. As a pitcher with 2 strikes, you should be licking your chops.
Taki smashes one through the right side of the infield. It's an RBI base hit. Branch flying around second. He'll go to the third. The throw goes there, and great base running. The trail man, Taki, able to end up at second. It's 5-3 Sooners. Not a great idea from Seals and Wright. Didn't really have a chance to get Branch at third.
Not a lot of ton of down and away. It was a good change of speeds, but the mistake here is the throw to third. Third baseman's going to need to come up and cut that off and rifle that to second.
So now the infield in, runners at second and third. So nobody out, 1 run in this 6th inning. Haven't had that big number yet tonight, but Oklahoma scored in 4 of the 6 frames.
This is going to need to be some huge damage control for the Tigers.
Drew Dickerson hits this well, left center field. That's going to get down and short half the wall. That'll clear the bases. Drew Dickerson, the freshman from the Show Me State, has come back home and driven in 3 tonight.
Good piece of hitting here. Takes what the pitcher gives him, keeps it simple. Good little leg kick. Short and quick to the ball. Knew he did his job right off the bat. Hey, you know, at least it'll be a sac fly, but get you a little gravy on top. Back in the home state. You talked about a big number.
Here's your 3 spot, and still nobody out. Single, walk, single, double for Walk, Branch, Taki, and Dickerson. 5, 6, 7, and 8 for the Sooners. And now we get to Dawson Willis, who's, I mean, entering this inning, probably had the best night of anybody at the plate in terms of the results. 2 for 2, single, double. He's stolen a base and driven in 1. Probably only Trey Gamble's had more consistently solid contact. This time he tries to bunt it but foul. A little lunging effort this time. But Drew Dickerson, what an effort from him tonight. Gets a lot of starting nods versus lefties. Doesn't see a ton of ABs versus righties, so that could be a big swing for him going forward. Guy who, I mean, you project, he is a shortstop. Maybe he moves to third. He's a huge guy, got a ton of power. Mainly DHs. We'll see what he looks like in the future at OU. But you can see that power is easy. Mentioned the 113-mile-per-hour single.
100%.
He's got 1 home run on the year. It was down the right field line the other way in Tuscaloosa. I mean, the luxury to have a guy like that coming in and starting when you're facing lefty pitchers and hitting in the 8 spot. Big 0-2. This is ripped on a couple of hops to second. Handled it by Basler. Gets the out at first. Dickerson moves up 90 feet.
Not the greatest 2 bunt attempts, but a smoke job there. Gets the job done for OU. Missouri's going to have to bring the infield in, I would assume. Guess not. To play him in a little bit of an abbreviated shift.
For missing the sack bunts, you got to love the approach for Willis. Still trying to put it on the ground, right side. That's as good as a sacrifice, and he hit it square. Almost got a base hit out of it.
You're exactly right. You know the game, Max.
And gives it over to Trey Gamble. And any out that isn't a double play in front of Trey Gamble feels like a productive out.
This guy's a good player, man. Mature, like he said. Uh-oh.
And he annihilates one deep out towards right. He's done it again. 2 no-doubters for Trey Gamble. 1 home run in his first 32 appearances in 2025. 2 round trippers tonight. It's OU by 6.
This is one of these spinners here at the top of the zone that we've seen him throw. Unfortunately for the Missouri Tigers, this ball does not move at all. Right into his bat path. Kind of Ken Griffey-esque. Stand and watch it. Like I said earlier, no doubter. 2 of them.
I will not lie. I did not see that down. That was crushed. I mean, I said it after his last out. He's 2 for 4. He could well be 4 for 4 with 2 homers. Now that he is probably going to be consistently penciled in as the leadoff guy. Well, unless he starts slugging like this.
Sure. They might bat him first and fourth.
But it's a little bit of a different look to the lineup. You got Walk in the 5 spot instead of batting first. Gamble, all of a sudden a power surge. He's loving Como. JUCO transfer from Salt Lake Community College. Comes from a baseball family. His brother Cade played at BYU. His brother Tate plays at BYU right now. Had 9 homers last year, 13 all JUCO All-American at 375. And it's all just unraveling. Still just 1 out in the inning. Willits draws the walk, and now Carmichael will be batter number 8. Oh, Oklahoma has not played many 9-inning games of late. They're trying to bust this thing wide open. First time that I will see Tim Jamieson come out there. Well, a lot of times, you know, we get the credit, if you will, for the announcer jinx. We get the blame, I guess, more so than the credit. I said any out that's not a double play in front of that man is a productive out. Hit the nail on the head. Goes yard. I feel good about myself.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you just keep talking. I'll be quiet. Yeah, you're dialed in. That was a sweet swing, man, and just what OU needed. Kind of the game was kind of hanging in the balance. You said it earlier in the inning. No big numbers yet, but a bomb to right field.
Yeah, for Skip Johnson, I mean, his team went out, won 9-4 on Friday for his Vandy. Had a great first inning, then they won out in 7 innings. Beat him 14-0 Saturday. Carmichael had that huge day where he homered and drove in 5, and then Tyson Witherspoon obviously stole the headlines at the complete game 2-hit shutout. But he was really disappointed with his team's effort in the finale on Sunday. 2 easy, comfortable wins. He said he thought they came out a little slow and sleepy, and they got burned by a very good Commodores team, and they lost by 11.
Every win in this league counts. It means more. It sounds a little corny, but that's the difference between you hosting and you going somewhere else to play.
And it's massive. Obviously, you go into any SEC series, taking 2 out of 3, no matter the opponent, it's a big feather in the cap. But when you've got a chance at home to take all 3 and get this sweep, it's a game that probably feels more important, or should feel more important than it did.
Sure. Kind of used the maturity word against OU there, where they should have stepped on someone's throat, and they didn't.
Carmichael with another base hit. He's got 2 singles in the last couple innings. And Oklahoma has officially batted around now in the 6th inning. Still just 1 out. Sam Christensen will be batter number 9. All this damage in this inning coming against Brock Lucas, with Seth McCartney loosening in the bullpen. And for Oklahoma, Garrett Jackson's coming out here. We'll have a pitching change. We'll talk about this more on the other side of this break after we introduce you to the new man coming in. But if Oklahoma can win the first game of a series with who they hand the ball to in game 2, they always feel like they have a great chance to take any conference series. It's 9-3 OU, and they're looking for more. Brock Lucas, the junior, inning at third, 7 hits, 6 earned runs. He's responsible for runners at first and second. He departs with 1 out only. And he will give way to Seth McCartney, the third pitcher of the night, the junior. 6 foot, 200 pounds, and well, he's going to try to stop the hemorrhaging, and that is a word that Garrett Jackson used speaking with us earlier in the day to describe just how tough it's been for the pitching staff trying to find guys who can consistently put up zeros.
Gonna see a little bit of a fastball splitter combination here. Gonna really need to put out some fires here quickly.
Garrett Jackson and company now just trying to stay in this. Trailing by 6. It's an inning with 6 base hits and 2 walks. Could be 5 hits, including a home run and 2 walks. So 7 of the 8 have reached. The lone out was that sharp ground ball on the barrel from Dawson Willis. Sam Christensen, kind of think you mentioned it last at bat. He's probably still chomping at the bit, trying to make up for that drop he had down the right field line that allowed 2 runs to score with 2 outs and tied the game at 3. Well, with 1 swing here, he's got a chance maybe to have OU on their way to another potential run rule affair. 11-1 in 8 innings on Tuesday in battle versus an OK State team. It's always a force year in and year out, even with the injuries they've dealt with to starters on the mound on the left side of the infield this year. So Cowan Brink to Lucas to McCartney. Man from Brandon, Mississippi, and that is exactly the opposite of what Mizzou wanted right here. First pitch, strike, then a hit by pitch. It's the second time Christensen has been hit today. Been on base 3 times without the aid of a base hit. 2 HBPs and a walk. Actually, he hasn't put the ball in play. The other bat was a strikeout. Bases loaded for Jason Walk. If you're an OU fan, you've seen this movie before. The last time he batted with the bases loaded, he hit a grand slam. That came in the 8th inning. It busted that one wide open. I believe that made it go from a 6-run advantage to a 10-run advantage, which would be the case here if he left the yard. Hurt the shoulder on that incredible diving catch. Top 10 Sports Center play on the weekend at home versus Vandy. Beyond the logo in center field in Norman. Comes right back and showcasing the pop in the bat too. He was 5 for 11 versus the Commodores. Check swing, and yes, he did.
It's that splitter. Splitter down in the zone, acts like a changeup, just kind of nose dives at the plate. A lot of check swings, weak contact. I'm assuming he's going to go back to it here.
That gets his swing and a miss. Big punch out of Jason Walk. Bases still loaded, but not 2 away. Walk, who began this inning with a single.
Second baseman, number 6, Kyle Brown.
So a hit batsman and a good follow-up effort with the strikeout. Seth McCartney just trying to get out of this inning. Oklahoma struck for 5. Biggest lead of the night. The cushion's up to 6. An offense that has been absolutely grooving. It's only the 11th game this year that Oklahoma has faced off against a lefty starter. Only 6-4 in the first 10. They're 20-6 versus righty starters. High fly ball. That's a medium depth center. Pierre going back now, circling back in, and makes the play. It's a lazy fly out on a 2-0 pitch, but Oklahoma strikes for a 5-spot. Trey Gamble homers again, and it's a 6-run ball game. Every team makes it starting here in 2025. You look at the tournament resume for the Sooners. RPI, the strength of schedule is 39th. A couple of wins they had in the non-con looked amazing at the time. That Oregon State win was a top 10 one. That still looks great. But the win versus Virginia maybe not looking as good as it did then. They started the year at number 2. They've since fallen out of the top 25. But for the Sooners, I mean, this team is certainly bound back for a regional. I think the only question will be in the back half of this conference slate, are they going to be good enough to be a host just like they were in 2024?
Fun fact, Missouri Tigers, Dylan Kelly, 2013 longest game in SEC Hoover history.
Give it to me, how long?
18 innings against Mississippi State. This is when they're still really good, but this is when they went to the College World Series.
James Hitt is facing Caden Nicoletto, so new man on the mound. They go to a lefty out of the bullpen. Remember, it was 2 righties that were loosening at the time. At least when Crossan was about to finish up that last frame. High bouncer, gathered on 1 hop. Nicely done over at first base. Way to go, get your hop by Dayton Taki. Leadoff man retired. So Hitt, who's been one of the best guys out of this bullpen, the senior from Magnolia, Texas. 6 foot, $194. Lefty, Texas Tech transfer. 17th appearance. I mean, the numbers kind of speak for themselves here.
That's what you're supposed to do, Max. They bring you in to get the lefty out, get him out. Quickly, 1 down for OU here. And those numbers don't even need me to read them. 26 punchies, 7 walks. This is why this guy's in first out of relief here while they're winning.
When you're coming out of the bullpen and you can consistently throw strikes, mow guys down and limit the runs. This is cut off by the third baseman, Willis. Takes a few extra steps, but easily gets the out. 2 weak ground balls induced by James Hitt, trying to pick up right where Cade Crossland left off.
That's where you kind of see Missouri's immaturity. This guy hasn't even settled in. Just came out of the bullpen. You've seen 3 pitches and 2 outs. And don't get me wrong, hitting a reliever is a little bit harder than what I'm making it sound. Gotta stick to your approach, swing at strikes.
Hitt looking for a quick inning, something we have seen few and far between here so far tonight. Just about to finish through 6 innings. Oklahoma hasn't been as unrelenting as they were against OK State on Tuesday when they scored 5 in the first and never really gave up, won 11-1. But they haven't trailed here tonight. Led 9-3. It's really been an all-around solid performance, defensively, offensively, on the bases, as always. And they've gotten some great work on the mound. Misses low. You wonder who else they'll try to get to out of the bullpen. In a situation where you've got a doubleheader tomorrow. Dylan Crooks, the senior's been one of the better closers in the conference and in the country. Piling up his saves. The league stays at 6 or grows. I wouldn't imagine we'd see him today. Nice thing about playing 2 tomorrow and playing this on a Thursday is no game Saturday, no game Sunday.
Easter weekend.
It's a weekend off.
There you go.
J.D. Hernandez has had himself a nice night at the plate. Takes a fastball called strike. It's full. The southpaw senior trying to sit down the side in order at his first frame of relief. The 3-2. Little tapper right side. Charging, gloving his Branch. He'll take care of it. 3 weak ground balls out. 1 to third, 1 to second, 1 to first. It's a breeze of a first frame for James Hitt. slotted for noon Central Time. For Oklahoma, they're hoping that noon spot, they'll give the ball to one of the best pitchers in the country and have a chance to claim another SEC series. They've won 3 of their first 5. Dayton Taki to start off the 7th after they sent 11 to the plate in a 5-run 6th inning. Didn't leave the bases loaded. Had a chance to add on, man. 3 men aboard with just 1 out.
If we were to, radio call down to Coach Skip Johnson, I guarantee he'd be fuming over there with, guys on base and a couple punch outs to end the inning. He was not happy about it.
Taki takes a strike. Oklahoma was swept by LSU at home. Came the weekend after they dropped 2 or 3 versus Alabama, but really have recovered quite nicely. This team that maybe they're not the youngest team out there, but in terms of inexperience at a Sooner jersey and inexperience in the SEC, certainly obviously it's their first year over, but even a lot of guys that didn't have Big 12 experience, but the 28 newcomers. That's tough back foul. This team has shown a lot of grit, recovery, really. That's the name of the game.
That was a tough sentence there.
Yeah, I forgot the water bottle today, so the mouth's a little dry. We're stumbling over the words a little bit. Late into the night. It's about 9:30.
No doubt. Way past my bedtime. I'll say Mr. Dalton Taki, he's got a weird stance, but the base is solid. Sees the ball well, tracks it well. Been impressed with some of the swings.
It's kind of a confident rock back.
Correct, yeah. Jim Thome-esque, where it's, he's kind of started that whole rally with the single to right. Kind of got the scoring started.
I was going to go Schwarbs.
Okay, I'll
Similar
take that.
build.
Yeah, sure.
Left side. Maybe it's the colors.
Sure. There you go. He sees it well.
Quality plate appearance. He's aboard for the 2nd time in as many frames. It's a leadoff walk to begin the 7th, and the leadoff man is on again for Oklahoma. Leadoff man has been on in every inning but 2, and those 2 were both line drive hits with diving plays on the other end. 1 in left center and 1 at first. Slider is hit sharply on the ground, right back up the box. It's past the dive of the shortstop. Knutson couldn't get there, and the first 2 are aboard.
Same song, different dance here as OU will continually put the pressure on you.
How tough is a team like this to face when you get to the SEC tournament, you get to regional play or supers or Omaha or what have you, but a team, yeah, they can get the long ball, but they're really at their best when they're just applying pressure to you and making you uncomfortable whether you're on the mound or playing on the infield. Well, there's nothing uncomfortable about that. A bunt back to the mound and an easy 1-6 double play.
If you want to see a coach get upset, you're going to see it right here. This is a sac bunt. And OU has not been good at those tonight. This is a twin killing for Missouri.
It's really 0 for 3 on sac bunt attempts for Dawson Willis, too, because he missed 2 last time. Eventually, with 2 strikes, grounded out the 2nd, got the job done. What did I say? Anything that's not a double play is a productive out when you're batting in front of Trey Gamble. Well, that was a double play.
You're exactly right. So you contradicted yourself. You're exactly
Gamble's
right.
up here, so this is not one you want to miss. Don't want anybody go run to the bathroom or go make the popcorn if you're at home. This is, you want to stay tuned. Go do that during the break, because Gamble's hit 4 balls as hard as anybody tonight. 2 of them have left the building. Got to be cautious here. I mean, even with first base occupied and 2 down. The tough thing is, it's a small sample of an incredible night. He's had an amazing season. Not nearly the same power as we've seen today. But Jackson Willits is their best hitter, and he is the next man. Almost hit him. 2 balls and a strike. 2 for 4 with 2 homers. Line out to right in that incredible diving play at first to start the game from Jackson Lovich. even on a night where he's seen the ball as well as anybody. Not expanding the zone at all whatsoever. You're going to have to come to him. And that's ball 4. On base for a third time. That's what this man does. Came in with the third best OBP in the SEC and just adding to it. I mean, on paper, he is one of the hardest outs to get in the Southeastern Conference. And in game 1, the folks at Como have become readily aware of that fact. And now it is Jackson Willits. If you're an OU fan, you're thinking he's due. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Walked last inning. It's another guy kind of similar to Kate Crossland on the mound. Just stoic. Doesn't show a ton of emotion.
Coach's kid.
Coach's kid. So, I mean, he's a 5-tool guy. But Skip Johnson was telling us maybe his best tool, if you will, is actually his leadership ability, which has really grown this year. And he gets that leadership really from his dad, who was a 6-year big leaguer on the staff. Reggie Willits, the offensive coordinator. Former coach with the Yankees. Like 6 years with the Angels.
He knew he missed that one, Max. Got to hit mistakes with 2 strikes, and he got one. 88 down the middle.
Another 0-2. Right outside with the fastball. Jackson's younger brother, Eli, MLB.com ranks as the number 11 draft eligible prospect, high schooler or college. He is a senior in high school entering this draft as that's hit well out deep towards center, sending Pierre all the way back to the wall, and it's over his head. That's going to clear the bases. It's a 2-out, 2-run double for Jackson Willits. 11-3 Sooners as Jackson Willits joins the hit parade.
It was only a matter of time. He started seeing that ball well. Good lower half. This is a breaking ball that tried to backdoor. It's a good short swing there. Hammered that ball. One hops the wall.
I think you hit it right on the head. Looking at that replay, great lower half. It's another 2-strike pitch, though, that catches too much of the plate. If you're McCartney, he missed the first. Good hitter like Willits, not going to miss another.
Exactly right. Game of inches.
2 in the second, 1 in the third. It was 3-0 OU entering the third inning, the bottom of the third, I should say. Mizzou got to run back that frame, tied it up in the fourth. 8-0 run for the Sooners since. They're trying to potentially shorten this game tonight. Only in to play 8 innings on tax day. Got a little 1-inning refund, if you will. Mizzou probably thought they were going to play 7 or 8 innings when they were up 7-0 versus Missouri State. And they thought they might lose. That game was hanging right on the edge. Tying run at third base. 9th inning, 10-9 the score, and the freshman, P.J. Green, got it done. Used to pop up on the infield. Hit over to third. Patterson backs up on it. He's got a rocket freshman. That'll end the inning, but 2 more runs. It's stretch time here at Como. It's all Sooners here at game 1. And at control, it's 11-3. Up by 8, and they will move to another man out of the bullpen. And Michael Catalano, the freshman, fittingly the last time these two sides met was 4 years ago in Frisco, Texas. That's where Michael Catalano is from Frisco High School down in Texas. 2-0 the record, ERA just under 5, but 23 Ks to 5 walks. When you're a freshman, DK, through 14 appearances, exactly what you want to see if you're Skip Johnson.
You're exactly right. Younger classmen, throw strikes and get outs. And he's doing that at a high clip. That's why he's in the game as well. It's very evident in this league why you are playing and why you are not playing.
This is the recipe that Oklahoma used last Friday in the 9-4 win versus Vandy. It was Crossland that hit, and Catalano, that's all they needed to go the distance. Catalano comes on for the 7th here. Mizzou down to their final 9 outs and trailing by 8. Fastball strike right at the base of the zone at 92. Catalano's last outing was that Friday affair. Gave up 1 run on 1 base hit in 1 inning. It was a double.
He's throwing smoke.
He's dealing with 9-1 and 2, and he's just going right at the 9-hole man, Peyton Basler. Very convincing performance tonight from the Sooners on the road. Looking to get back to 500. I mean, how big is this series? Is right out of the chute with a 4-pitch strikeout is the freshman Michael Catalano.
Gets on top of the ball very well. Spin rate's probably pretty high. Ball jumps out of the hand. Perceived velocity. This is by you before you can even swing.
But if you're OU, I mean, you're 7-8. In conference play, you hang on to this. I mean, barring a miracle, they're moved back to 500 with 2 games tomorrow against a Mizzou team that most likely will fall to 0-16 in conference play. You know you have your workhorse in Kyson Witherspoon scheduled tomorrow. You got to think you got a great chance to go win the series. Fly ball out deep towards center. This is back all the way to the wall with the wind. Jason Walk can't handle it. Knutsen's flying around second, booking it for third. He'll get in there standing. This just kept on carrying into wind. It's a triple for the leadoff man. His first base hit of the night.
Not sure what happened out there. I don't know if he drifted or he kind of lost where he was, but nonetheless, Missouri's got a guy on third with 1 out.
First triple of the season for Knutsen. He gives way to Jackson Lovich. I think at this point in the game, there really is no such thing as a productive out if you're the home team. See, first of the team, or the conference, I should say, in triples from 12 on the year. But down by 8, with just 8 outs to work with. Mizzou going to need a slew of base hits to get back in this thing. That still has not officially been graded yet. Either a triple or an E8. We've already seen an E9 on the drop fly ball from Christensen in right field. This one's certainly harder than that. Here's a good stroke set deep out towards right field. Christensen underneath this one to make the one-handed grab. It'll be a sac fly. That'll make it 11-4 as Knutsen scampers home from third. Lovich adds to his team best. That's RBI number 40. So if you're keeping track with us at home, that did officially just get ruled. It is a triple for Keegan Knutsen, so he does get his first of the year. 11-4 game. Base is empty, 2 outs. You'll certainly trade a run for it out there if you're Catalano. And this should do it for the inning. Taki's got it, takes it himself. We've completed 7 in Columbia. Oklahoma leading Mizzou 11-4. Friday Twin Bill coming for you. 1 p.m. Eastern. That's noon local here in the Central Time Zone between these two sides. Missouri still desperately searching for that first conference victory, barring an incredible comeback tonight. They will ensure that they will finish this SEC slate below 500, but they'll be 0-16. And you look at the schedule. I mean, it's obviously daunting for any team, really, when you look at what's ahead. But it's certainly not going to get easier.
Never gets easier in this league. Everybody says, you know, it's a marathon. In my opinion, I think it's a sprint. It's 10 weeks of 3 games. How fast can you get to, 8 wins, 9 wins? How fast can you do it?
Going to be a great litmus test for Oklahoma at the end of the year as you look at the historic SEC woes over the last 10 seasons. I mean, 15 games remaining, including tonight. 0-15. Just got swept by a Florida team that only had one conference win, but Oklahoma ends their regular season versus Texas.
They got a good ball club as well. A lot of good ball clubs in this league.
There's a 4-pitch walk.
And they
And Sam Christensen is aboard.
And the leadoff woes continue as well, Max.
Sam Christensen is just having a weird night. 2 hit by pitches, 2 walks, a strikeout, officially 5 plate appearances.
He's getting cardio.
4 times on, and he hasn't.
He's getting cardio.
Hit the ball in play, and then he had to drop it right field. So just a weird one. 6 walks tonight from Mizzou.
How many hit by pitches?
As fittingly, Jason Walk comes up here. The hit batsman total, I believe, is sitting at 3.
So 9 free passes in 7 innings.
Walk takes just down the inside corner, able to bite that edge with a fastball.
Let's see if he can, maybe lift some weight off his shoulders after that funky play out there in center as well.
It's really been the only kind of blemish. Almost just got hit on the front knee. Those 2 miscues in the outfield for Oklahoma. I mean, outside of that, it's been stellar all around.
Very impressive.
Doesn't matter time or score. This team is so patient. They work you deep. They take their walks, and they turn walks into doubles. Nearing 100 stolen bases on the year. Gonna pull off that feat again. Team that's been to the NCAA tournament 3 straight years. Fastball back on the inner edge. Hosted last year. They didn't host back in 2022. Oklahoma actually is the reigning Big 12 regular season champs. And it's back-to-back walks. Walk gets his namesake here, and there's 2 aboard with nobody out. So Oklahoma obviously doesn't get a chance to defend their crown. They then made it to the Big 12 championship before they lost that tilt to OK State. So a little bit of a revenge game, too, on Tuesday in Bedlam. But it's got to feel a little weird. We talked to Skip Johnson about that. Playing OK State just once a year in the midweek. Still going to always be a game that both fan bases and teams will get up for. Massive rivalry, even if it only is coming once. But that regular season title in the Big 12 was their first. They played 26 seasons in the Big 12. There you go, 10 free passes tonight. Dylan, you played in this league, you've played professionally. Just never going to win many games when you walk that many.
Just a recipe for a longer game.
That too.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of that lens, it's really tough to play defense behind this type of pitcher. You can't really be on your toes for 3 hours when you got guys on the mound consistently walking batters.
Correct.
And when you're down by 7, I mean, I hate to say just, throw it over the plate. This is a wild pitch. Great decision to throw to second, though, and they get the out there. Jadier Hernandez able to cut down Jason Walk, who had to ensure that Sam Christensen was off before he ran towards second.
Very nice play. Catcher still got to stay engaged no matter how many walks. Glove in the right position. Call that the quarterback drills. Footwork was to third. Fires it to second.
Walk made that close.
He did.
A whale of a slide. Hernandez also almost took off the head of McCartney, who did not think that throw was going right through him. But yeah, not to say throw it over the plate, but when you're down by 7, it's 11-4. It's the 8th inning.
Gonna need to find the zone.
Yeah, I mean, let the opposition beat you with hits if they're gonna beat you.
Out there competing, trying to make pitches. We know both teams aren't trying to walk people as well, but gotta compete, gotta throw the ball in the zone.
When you think about the numbers we've seen walks-wise, and then you check out, boy, that was some chin music. Off speed, but way up there. the strikeout to walk ratio we have seen from Catalano, from the guys coming out of the bullpen for OU. They don't walk anybody. Freshman Branch walked and scored in the 6th. He does not have a base hit today, and he is hit. 2 walks to the hit batsman in this 8th inning. That's 11 free passes. I mean, somehow with 2 walks to the hit batsman, no runs home, and there is 1 out. Guess that's the silver lining. So Branch and Christensen are the 2 men in the Sooner lineup that don't have a base hit today. They have combined been on base 6 times. It's been that kind of night here at Columbia for the home team. We'll have another call to the bullpen. It'll be arm number 4 coming on for the Tigers. It's Ben Smith. We'll introduce you to the new man after this. Garrett Jackson will go to Ben Smith, the sophomore right-hander from Springfield, Missouri. 7.71 the ERA on the year. Does have 23 strikeouts at 18 2/3 innings. Garrett Jackson just looking for 5 more outs at this point. His side down by 7. Then at the corners with 1 out in this 8th inning. Gave you some updates earlier on what's happening around the SEC. Well, Texas A&M still leads down in Fayetteville. That game versus number 2 Arkansas into the 9th. It's 7-4 Aggies. Texas A&M is red hot. Bottom of the 7th, Alabama clinging to a 5-4 lead on the road against number 9 LSU. Those are the other 2 games still going on. Vandy beat Georgia in Nashville 3-1. No easy nights in the Southeastern Conference. That's what we were talking to Skip Johnson about. When we were saying, hey, what's the expectation this weekend? Because on paper, one of the top teams in the country. This is laced out the other way towards left center. Great inside out approach on the first pitch to Dayton Taki. That'll drive home a run. And it's 12-4 Sooners. Taki on base 3 times in the last 3 innings.
Got a good swing, too. Talked about base, lower half positioning. I'm in the belief of you hit with your legs. A lot of these OU guys are producing doubles, homers, hard hit baseballs with good lower half control, body positioning. It's very evident that they make that a priority.
All 9 guys have either scored tonight or driven in a run tonight for Oklahoma. But talking to Skip Johnson, hey, coming to Missouri, obviously you're facing a team that's real and they're 0-15. Do you expect to win 2? Are you eyeing for the sweep? And didn't seem like a man who was setting a goal for this series or really for any series, because he said that's unfair to do when you're coaching 18 to 20-year-olds. You just got to go out there, take it pitch by pitch, compete. He has loved the passion that his team has been playing with. Just says they come to the ballpark every day with the right attitude. That has helped catapult them to another killer season. And it's been a killer night for the man from Missouri. Drew Dickerson, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. He's scored twice. If anybody's coming out swinging 3-0, maybe it's the kid from the Show Me State. But it'll take ball 4. On base 4 times. Welcome back home for the freshman. So that's 4 free bases, free passes, I should say, and free bases in this 8th inning of the 5 batters. The other one was a single, but there is an out in the inning. Bases loaded for Dawson Willis. He's got to like it, because in this scenario, he is not going to be asked to drop down a sac bunt like has been the case the last 2 times. When he's swinging away, double to single, RBI and a run score the first 2 plate appearances. Ground out in a bunt, 1-6 double play last time. Two balls, no strikes. lowest 4 home runs on the year. He's distributed 26. Doesn't have a hit this season with the bases loaded. Looking for his first. And he might not need to take the bat off his shoulder to get an RBI. This has not been a good inning any way you shake it for Mizzou. McCartney and Smith haven't had many strikes. There's one at the knees.
One of these games where as a hitter, you don't want to take your foot off the gas. He's 3-1 count. You've worked your way to it.
He's a delayed strike call. Full count. Grand slam for OU back on Tuesday came in the 8th inning. So another look at the 3-1.
Probably a little bit outside, but
Payoff misses low and outside. That's a walk with the bases loaded. It brings a run home. 4 walks, a hit batsman, and a single in this 8th.
and if you think OU's going to take their foot off the gas here, I bet you Coach Johnson's telling these guys every at-bat matters, especially with this guy coming up.
Trey Gamble's up there. Walked his last time up, on base 3 times. He's left the building twice. Yeah, he's hitting 344, but the OBP is up to 515. His OPS is now over 1,000. And he rockets one out to right center. That's going to split the gap and get all the way to the wall. What a night for Trey Gamble. He's going to unload the bases with a 3-run double. 6 RBI night for Trey Gamble from the leadoff spot.
This ball just splits the middle of the plate here. And he's been locked in since the first pitch of the game. He'll take every one of those stakes rounding the bases as OU continues to pour it on. And they're going to pinch run here for
Brandon Kane, it looks like, will enter to run at second. I mean, what a night for Trey Gamble. Think about what this could be if he was not basically robbed twice.
maybe a cycle.
Never know. So Kane is on. We'll have a pinch hitter as well, and Mason Hamlin, the junior infielder from Falcon, Colorado. Got just 5 at-bats on the year. He is 2 for 4. 1 extra base hit, no RBIs. Chokes up slightly and got his money's worth with his first swing. That's going to stay in play, and it will drop. Right in between Lovich and Hernandez. Tough play. That was hit right over the dugout, and the wind brought it back into the field of play. $16 runs on 14 base hits. Only 2 hits in this inning, though, and they have led to 5 runs. It's sharply towards third. It's past the dive of Patterson. Oh, what a pitch hit, base hit for Hamlin. Was going to bring home Kane. 17-4. First RBI of the season for Mason Hamlin. Oklahoma has never shied away from just getting guys plate appearances and experience on the mound. Even in the LSU series, I mean, Skip Johnson said, hey, We could have easily won 2 of those games. Scott Mudler, the senior, will pitch it. Now, backup catcher. This is great to see him back out there. If you're Oklahoma and if you're a Sooner fan, because he's been dealing with an injury, and it's really been all Carmichael doing the starting catching duties day in and day out. So good to get Mudler back. But 2 of those games versus LSU, they were right in, lost very tight. And the third game, he said, hey, we were right in there. We could have won that game too, but I decided to give some freshmen some run and some blank time in an important game, and it just got away from us.
This guy's from my neck of the woods, Johns Creek, Georgia.
You say Mudler's a pretty good name for a guy from that town?
Oof. He looks like a Mudler, yeah?
His mutter was a mutter.
There we go. Don't go crazy on me here. Yeah, I know that they're happy to have him back behind the plate. I'm assuming he's going to catch one of the 2 tomorrow. And unfortunately, he probably got one of the best sequences from this Missouri right-hander there. Off the bench is a tough ask.
So he strikes out. It's another time that Oklahoma's batted around. They batted around in the 6th. They sent 11 to the dish. This is batter number 10 of the 8th inning. If you're scoring with this at home, boy, I feel for you. It's been a tough one to keep track of. Sam Christensen began this inning with a walk. He's the one I mentioned in this 8th. He's had a weird night. 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches. He scored twice. He's stolen a base. 5 plate appearances. Hasn't put the ball in play yet, but has had a heck of a night.
Can I tell you who he looks like?
Oh, that's way outside. That's going to get to the backstop.
He looks like Justin Morneau. Canadian. Just the way he stands, kind of that left-handed stance. Left-handed outfielder as well.
I'll give you that.
Justin Morneau played first base. Dang it! But the way he stands reminds me of Justin Morneau. Played in the big leagues for a long time.
Was it Justin Morneau? You know, the home run derby where Josh Hamilton went off? And
I think that, well, yeah, he was. It was
didn't
in the
Morneau
Bronx.
quietly win that one?
I think so. Or was it Bobby Abreu? I can't remember. Well, Bobby Abreu won at Comerica, I think. Been a long time. We'll get back to it.
I was at the one at right field or guaranteed right field or Trubisky or U.S. Cellular. I'm kidding. It was U.S. Cellular at the time. I was so young, I can't remember who won that one. I thought that might have been Bobby Abreu. It is officially Rate Field now on the south side of Chicago. Drop the guarantee, because nothing's guaranteed if you're a White Sox fan. There's a hit batsman.
Adds to the folktale. Another on base.
I mean, in the
You're like you're reading a football
nights.
play, you know, a screen pass.
This is where you start to feel for the SIDs out there who have to look at, hey, when's the last time a guy for Oklahoma was hit by a pitch 3 times? Okay, when was the last time a guy's been hit 3 times and walked twice?
Guy's invisible.
I do not know the answer to that question, but we'll probably know by noon tomorrow. I don't think that's one we can look up. At least not the combo. Boy, this has been a long 8th inning. 17-4. Couple touchdowns. Field goal up and good for the Sooners now. It's a good spot. Base of the zone. For Oklahoma, everybody has been involved. That's to say the least. It's Braden Horton now as the pinch hitter. Placing Jason Watt. Oklahoma just about emptying the bench. Braden Horton, no connection, no relation to Cade Horton. There's a strike to it, too. So second time in 3 innings that Oklahoma has batted 11. Still got 2 on, 6 runs home. It's the best inning offensively so far for the Sooners. And it'll land right here. It's finally for Mizzou. With just 3 hits, the Sooners put up a 6 spot. Last of the 8th is next year at Como. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Taylor Stadium. It has been all Oklahoma since the 5th inning. Boy, not even too many frames ago, DK. It was 3-3 when we began the 5th. Oklahoma scored 1 that inning, then 5 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, 6 more in the 8th. They have made Mizzou pay for self-inflicted mistakes. 9 walks and 5 hit batsmen have helped lead to 17 runs. Isaiah Frost will pinch hit. Still Catalano out there for his 2nd inning of work now. So Frost, the senior from Lee Summit. Drew Dickerson from Lee Summit on the other side has had a great night. The Oklahoma side of my scorebook looks like a Jackson Pollock painting. It's a lot happening over the last 3 innings. 13 runs. Tipped into the mitt for strike 2. So Willis has moved to short where Willits was. Horton's now in left. Mudler is doing the catching, and Hamlin has entered at the hot corner at 3rd. 2-2 is served out of play. And Frost is pinch hitting for Seals, officially in the 4 spot. No one's making it easy.
You're on top of it. You're on top of it.
Thank you to the official scorer for being right on it. Catalano versus Frost, the pinch hitter. The count is full. Catalano gave up a run in the 7th. Gave up a triple that was really dropped at the wall by Walk. And gets the strikeout, climbed the ladder at 93 to get the K of Frost.
Number 17, Chris Patterson.
Chris Patterson, the true freshman now. He's up next. It looks like Brady Piccarelli will have a chance on deck, and Garrett Jackson will go back to the bench again. He swings through a high fastball. After this game does conclude, we'll chat afterwards with Trey Gamble, who was certainly the best player on the diamond for either team today. Even, you know it's a good night when even the outs are impressive. Patterson 0 for 3. Fly out, ground out, strikeout. And this is what we're saying with it's basically a luxury if you are Oklahoma. If you win the first game of a series, you turn it over to your workhorse at Kyson Witherspoon. And I should note, originally slotted to pitch tomorrow night, and then Saturday would have been his twin Malachi. As that's lined right to the 2nd baseman. That's still Branch out there. He's got it 2 away. But we don't know for certain if that rotation is going to stay the same. Sometimes we see with changes and doubleheaders coming, especially with a high-end, high-caliber arm and high-draft prospect at the likes of Kyson Witherspoon. Maybe he pitches game 2 tomorrow. We don't know. Try to keep him on a similar schedule to getting geared up late on a Friday. Even though he's technically a Saturday guy, this series moved up a day. Here's a swing and a miss for Piccarelli. 310 average on the year, 4 homers, 16 runs batted in. The freshman from Eureka, Missouri, who had the unbelievable start to the season. 0-1 is scooped in the air, shallow left field. Going back, that's the 3rd baseman turned shortstop, making the catch. That is Willis, who tracks it down, and the ball game is over. It's all Oklahoma in this one. 17 for the final. 4 straight games that Oklahoma has not played the full 9 innings. They've won 3 of those. 11-1 win in 8 innings on Tuesday. 17-4 winners in 8 innings here today. And Dylan, this game was pretty evenly played through the first 4. Then we saw the Oklahoma team that we've really seen all year.
Top of the game,